must change my ways, change my ways, those evil ways. So I set out, cross that way, strike them down, to make them pay, and change their ways, their evil ways. But I can't hide. Whoa. And I won't hide. Whoa. Yeah. My evil ways. But I found out their hate grow cold. That God rise up, damn my soul. 'Cause I ain't changed, change my ways. I ain't changed, so I won't hide. Whoa. And I won't hide. Whoa. Hey, I can't hide. Yeah. Whoa. I can't hide.
Yeah, I felt bad.
But at least you guys didn't suffer because I was there, not there.
Yeah.
That was what I was mostly worried about.
No, we just lost the bear.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh man, I was watching
rough.
that today, and oh my gosh,
Right.
It
that
was
was
quite funny.
it was
Oh
an
my!
adventure. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I had such a hard time figuring out where the hell we were. One moment we were in one part of the ship, and then the next moment we're on the other side. I'm like, what?
Right.
Hmm.
And with that, we are back. So it sounds like we need to go into a recap real quick. So for those of you who are watching, this is the final game of our Ashland by Night Dark West. Tonight we find out who lives and who dies.
Yep.
We have a number of people
Dun, dun,
already
dun.
down, unfortunately, and there may still be more to come.
And only
but
4
those
were
who-
left standing.
But those who manage to make it out alive might have something to say in the, at least in the future past of Ashland by Night, and we'll be talking with them as to how their character ends up resolving their history, or if they're even still alive in modern day. Who knows?
Hmm.
So,
You're muted, my dear.
what's that?
Oh,
I
Rachel.
said that was
muted.
my plan. I plan on living to today.
Yep.
She's like,
We shall see.
she's like,
Right. Yeah.
she's like, what's her name? Kaylee from Firefly. You mean to say? I mean to say. Oh shoot! I want to live.
Yeah.
Screw this.
For
I
different
wanna live.
different reasons, maybe.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Hey, don't forget to pull your character sheet up.
She actually did.
You're not
well,
black and white.
Brittany's got her game face
Oh,
on
here,
right
let me
now,
change
but
that.
she probably didn't have
It's
her
true.
character sheet pulled up.
We talked about it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got it up before we started streaming.
Oh, and she
Ooh,
remembered all on her own. Even
look out!
she's on a roll.
We're cooking with fire tonight.
Yes, we are. Woohoo!
So, somebody want to give us a recap of what happened last game?
The bear died.
The bear
The
went over
end.
the mountain.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot since I watched most of the game.
Go for it.
I also posted a recap.
That's right.
A brief one.
In Discord, yes.
In
In
Discord.
Discord. Okay. So there were 2 parties. One party that was on the boat that had a plan, and then the party that got onto the boat had a plan, and they struggled communicating because they were on separate parts. And then a bear came out and started attacking people. And then, sorry, Rachel, what was your character's name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn found her way through the chaos all the way and then got the tome. And somehow everybody made it off the ship except for the bear and into a boat where they were then shot at and wounded several times and finally made it to shore. And then my character had horses and they made it back to Ashland Mills.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Briefly, that's what happened.
And
Much more chaos and confusion happened within there.
that is a good summary, but yeah, the most of the game was once combat struck, it was mostly all combat. So, okay, so to catch us back up, then it is the next day. You guys have been in town long enough to rest your weary heads finally within Ashland Mills proper. Evelyn and Adelaide, you are back at the Ashland house, and you are assisting the good doctor with people that come
Dr.
in.
David Sison.
Yes.
Okay.
You were helping the good doctor with some of his patients today, and attending to some of his bookkeeping and whatnot. Whether you have finance or not, it tends to be delegated down to one of you. Reverend, you've been away for a little bit, so first thing in the morning, when you get out and about, you actually have a little room kind of adjacent to the quote unquote church, which the church really isn't a church. It's still mostly open air, but it is a tent. So basically you have a tent with a frame, and that's the section that you nestle down in for the night, like it's your casa.
Got it. Okay.
But obviously, first thing in the morning, you're opening up for service and pulling the tarp back, to let people know that everything is available.
Yep.
And Brittany. So Sarah is back at her tent as well. Likewise, pinning one of the flaps back, letting people know that she too is open for business at the opposite side of Ashland Mills. And Betty, you don't have anything going on at this point, but you are staying in Ashland Mills, or the Ashland House. It's the biggest inn slash doctor's office / post office that is in Ashland currently. And
I
this is based
imagine
on
I
a real
am
place.
discreetly keeping an eye on everybody.
Sure. Okay.
Question.
Yes, Brittany has a question.
So this Ashland house, does it become the Cedar House?
That is a great question. I guess we'll have to find out in game, won't we?
Okay.
Boring question. Some of us were wounded last game. Were we able to heal any of our wounds from last game?
That is another fantastic question. With a night's rest, you've been able to heal one.
Sweet. A whole one. Okay. All right.
So what does that put you at right now?
Now I'm at wounded.
Okay. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, not great. All right.
All right. Well, so as I said, it's a new day at this point. We'll start with you, Reverend. You're probably getting up, a little slower than usual because, when somebody says they had a rough night, it usually means they're sleeping one off. When you had a rough night, it was legitimately a rough night.
Right.
He would also wake up to a warm breakfast waiting for him.
Mm.
Ah,
And how did this come by?
She would have brought it over. She would have been taking care of him anyway, because she would have fed him the night before after she went hunting herself for meat. And,
I see. Okay. So
yep.
then, as you wake up, Reverend, to the smell of some cooked food being left in your section of the tent. And as you kind of roll over and start getting up and look, a cat looks right back at you. And it's got like part of, some meat like right in its mouth. It's like looking at you and waiting to see what you do.
you. Just be a good cat then. I probably have it a little better than you do. He goes ahead and lets the cat eat whatever he managed to get in its mouth, and he starts in on the rest of it. Yeah.
It was just your atypical black and white and brown cat.
Okay.
Short-haired domestic.
Atypical?
Not a Kettle senior.
It's atypical, or it's atypical.
Another good question. Why don't you find out in character?
So yeah, he'll go ahead then and start in the food that he's got. Be like, thank you, Adeline. Much appreciated.
She's not there, of course, but
Yeah.
you're offering that up to the wind and air.
Yeah, exactly. He starts eating.
Okay. So this certainly hits a spot then, first thing in the morning. It's probably 7:30-ish, or maybe coming up on 8. I mean, sun's actually up at this point, and those who are not farmers are finally, basically rolling out of bed and getting active and doing whatever. 1 second.
Evie is an early riser. Or, sorry, not Evie, Evelyn. I need to stop with the EV characters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And just
You do
checking,
have
everybody can hear me well, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Just
Loud and
making-
clear.
Okie doke. So, and what I will state also, Adelaide and Evelyn, you guys are some of the people that have gone to the doctor are the same people you see, like
About town.
sometimes twice a week, sometimes every other week. Sometimes they're just older people making up ailments because they want to visit with somebody. So it's not a whole lot of like actual, problems. Occasionally you'll get somebody who comes in and they've gotten the chill, so they need some medicine to, try to ward that off if they can, or they're battling the flu, or nothing terribly serious. The worst that you've seen so far since you guys have been set up in Ashland is somebody essentially utilized their farming equipment improperly, whilst they were attempting to plow a field, got a decent gash across their leg, and so the doctor had to sew it up. You had to assist with getting it clean and so on and so forth. So otherwise, nothing super traumatic or anything of that nature. Ashland, for the most part, tends to, from what you guys can tell, tends to stay fairly calm. The shootouts and whatnot that tends to happen, that's more Terrence Hill, which is just up the way a little ways. So, anything in particular the two of you are doing first thing this fine sunny morning?
Well, if is this a day that she would normally work? Like, is it a weekday? Does she work every day?
Mhm.
Okay. So she has a bit of a regimen, I think, in the morning. She will get up, bathroom, clean herself, and fix her hair, put, everything that she needs on, and goes down or fixes herself like a bowl of oatmeal with a piece of fruit if available, and basically just getting ready for going into the office.
Okay. Adelaide?
Adelaide, she would also have gotten up early. Of course, she would have fixed breakfast for the Reverend, and when she dropped it off there, she would have stayed in the so-called sanctuary area where she would have done her own prayers and stuff. Being Catholic, she would have gone through all the prayers and stuff, and
Okay, so if you're Catholic, then you wouldn't be doing that here.
well, that's
He's
the only place she
Protestant.
can. I know, but it's the only church that's in there. So
Oh no, I understand, but during this time frame, that is a huge faux pas, and it is sacrilegious for you to do so.
well, maybe
So if
for the
you-
Protestants.
So if you are, it would be for the Catholics and Protestants. And in fact, if you got during this time frame, if you were, if you had been Protestant or vice versa, and got baptized as the other, you were sacrificing your soul. That's how serious they believed it back then.
Right. Well, yeah. Well,
And
like
plus you had things at the office, so you would have been able to stop and maybe drop something off for him, but you would have had to have gone back to the
Okay.
Ashland house.
Well, I guess she would have done her prayers and stuff in her room then. And then, yeah, she would have hid to the office and done whatever the doctor had her do. I don't know how much she would be good at accounting, but
Hmm.
she would have done what she can.
Sure. So Betty, then you're just hanging out around the Ashland house and keeping an eye on things. Do you go downstairs for something to eat, or
Definitely.
okay?
But I choose like a corner so that I have a wall against my back.
Gotcha. So you're doing the D&D thing.
Definitely. It's the proper thing if you don't want anyone to sneak up on you and you want to watch people.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
All right. And Sarah, anything in particular you're doing this morning?
We haven't visited the master yet, right?
The book hit or the
The book has been taken to him, but
yes.
otherwise we okay. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the other members of the, I don't know what we call ourselves.
Gang.
Oh, that's right, we're outlaws. The other members of the gang to because I sensed a bit of competition,
Okay.
and I would be watching out for that. But
Okay.
otherwise, business as usual.
Okay. So somebody comes to visit you first thing in the morning. And it's one of your usuals. They usually come by first thing in the morning because it works out for them, and it helps them get in and out of town without being seen, without looking like something was amiss. Because if you were to be caught out and about at night, obviously it's much more scandalous. But if you happen to be caught out first thing in the morning, it doesn't necessarily mean that they went to your tent. It could have been that they were doing something else.
I'm not sure what you're implying, sir.
Bum, bum, bum. But why don't you give me you're going to give them a prediction check. So why don't you give me a I don't know, how would you like to do this? Do you want to do this like your crystal ball? Do you want to give them the card reading? Do you want to wing it and pray to the sky, or however you want to do that? Part of it's acting, so
let's see. Let's
toss
do
the bones.
let's see, what do I roll for the crystal ball? Maybe I don't roll. I think the crystal ball is more like personal vision.
Okay,
So maybe I would save that for myself.
sure.
But I can certainly use it as a prop.
You certainly can, yes.
And if this is one of my regulars, then I know a thing or two about them.
That is correct.
So let's do manipulation and performance.
Sounds about right then. So they are a regular, so difficulty 5.
Well, you know what? I can roll with my computer, not with my phone.
You sure can.
That is a little faster.
Yep. So this individual, she's a widow. Owns some property outside of Ashland. And they're trying to make do with what little ranch land that they have now that her husband has passed on. She's got 4 kids, so they help her till the land. She's frequently been coming to you for guidance on what she should do.
Okay. Do I need to come up with
You can come up with
suggestions?
whatever you would like at this point. Like I said, she's coming to you for guidance. So how would you like to attempt to guide her?
Ooh,
her
I'm
time
going
update.
to guide her according to what I think my master's will is.
Interesting. How would you define that then?
So, I don't know. I don't know what he wants of us.
Well,
He had the book.
you've also been very self-reliant. The book might indicate knowledge, mental strength, acumen.
No, I mean like guiding her to do something that I think the master would want done. That's what I mean.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, if that's the case, anything that supports what you guys are doing would likely be in line with that.
Have we heard any talk among the town of the the ship incident from last night?
No, it wouldn't have traveled that fast.
Okay.
But you're thinking along the right lines. If that's the case, you could wing it, something to the effect of like, you should prepare for many guests in the near future.
Yeah, that was going to be my
Something
next
along
question.
those
Is
lines.
were there any survivors? Oh, okay. So here's a thought. Here's a thought. I'm going to suggest to her that um, many strangers will be coming into town, and that perhaps if she is um, generous, uh, she may meet somebody new who can help her rebuild a future.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and give that a roll then? Difficulty 5.
And that did not work. Okay. There we go. 3 successes.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Turning off or putting my phone on silent.
And I'm going to suggest to her I don't know the nature of these visitors, but the impression I'm getting is wet.
And she's like, wet as in rain?
That's all the information that I have at this time.
And so she takes your hand, and kisses the top of it, and she says, "I don't know what I would do without you, Madam Serafina." And she, hastily gives you, an offering of coins in your cup.
The spirits wish you well.
Thank you again. Thank you. She kind of slips out with a little zip in her step. So far, you have been with her. You have been vague enough to not nail yourself down to anything specific, but she has had some fortune come her way, like some small things that worked out that she's kind of attributed to you because of how you've worded it. So It's really
Excellent.
been kind of working out so far.
Excellent.
So she goes scurrying off, and then and it's maybe 15 minutes or so after that, Colton Cassidy throws back the tent. Someone got loud there in the background.
What was that sound?
Oh, that might be my kid. Hold
Yep.
on a second.
I thought he was in another room now, so they weren't going to have
Oh,
this
he
problem.
is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
And the funny thing is, he's doing that into a microphone with people on the other side. So it's like, if we can hear him all the way over on her mic, can you imagine how loud he is to them?
Yeah, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
So while she's doing that, Madam Serafina, the tent flap comes back. and it's Colton Cassidy, the kind of happy-go-lucky
The card shark.
card shark that you have grown to know over the past couple of months. And it looks like he's about ready to say something to you as he's kind of like ducking his head to come in. And then you hear the crack of a gunshot.
Ooh.
And he falls
Oh.
over like right in front of your pedestal.
Oh.
I'm gonna hit the floor,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try and feel for a pulse.
Okay. So while you were doing that, everybody, you heard a faint crack in the distance. Not always anything to be completely alarmed about. Sometimes it's just people out hunting, which that happens from time to time. So random gunshots are not anything super new. But it didn't sound like it came from town square.
That it didn't, or it
It
did?
It did not.
Do I feel a pulse?
Why don't you give me an intelligence and medicine check?
Nope. Okay. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
Two successes.
All right.
That was
You
lucky.
do not feel a pulse at all.
Does he have a gun on him?
Yes, he does.
I'm going to take his gun, and I'm going to go to like the corner of the tent and kind of try and look underneath the, I don't know, look out, but like in a way that I'm undercover.
Okay, sure. Now, keep in mind, if his gun is loaded, then all the rounds that you have are what's in the gun. You may
Okay.
want to
I might-
undress him of his belt if you are concerned with additional ammo.
I might have my own gun too, actually. I'm not sure. I think I did. I don't have it on here. I'll have to check my other sheet. But yeah, sure. I'll
So
I'll
those
take
of
his
you who are
belt.
looking. I'm not doing
Or
this on a separate
Colton.
screen. Yeah, it is the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades.
That's a bad luck.
That is considered a 10, but you are absolutely correct. It is considered bad luck. We're starting the game off with a bad omen.
Oh boy.
Hello, Haley. Just happens
Hey.
to be in the chat. So, Madam Serafina, as you kind of military crawl up to a corner of the the ground and kind of try to lift up the flap a little bit, give me a perception and alertness check. Difficulty 7 because you've got a little bit of terrain and of course the flap of the canvas in your way.
One success.
Okay.
Two successes with the card.
That is true, with a bit of bad luck. So, as you kind of pull that up just a bit, maybe 10 feet away at this point, you see two pairs of boots walking up rather quickly. And when you see that, now you can hear the spurs.
How close are they?
Within 10 feet.
Oh, right. Do I recognize the feet?
They look like cowboy boots. You have one more question before they're going to be on top of you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try and crawl out the back.
Okay, give me a strength and athletics check. You may add potence to this if you would like. Although not that engine.
That's not period.
Yeah, I know. There you go. That's not appropriate.
Difficulty
to the
what?
period. Difficulty
6.
6.
5 successes, including the card.
Woo!
All right. Oh, yeah. You know what? Even though I gave that a Skeletor laugh, since she gave the woo. Here's Ric Flair. Woo! So, you start. But at this point, you're not even trying to do it to hide. You're just trying to scramble at this point, buckling up under the tent. You do so, but it brings the tent down. It brings the tent down on top of you and on top of them. And you hear this, "What the hell?" As it comes down, and now it's this scramble underneath this big tent of something going on. So, Evelyn, Adelaide, Betty.
Yes.
As you guys, the office is just adjacent to the main floor of the house. The main floor being like a living room kind of area where people would go to unwind if they're staying here, or have a drink or something to eat if they didn't want to eat in their room. And the doctor's office, of course, is just off of that. So sometimes their patients will wait, like right out in there, for the doctor to see them. In barreling through the front door, you end up seeing Mr. Theodore Gold, another member of your illicit group, who comes running in, and he's like almost completely out of breath as he comes flying through. And Betty, he spots you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's about ready to say something when his head turns into a canoe from a gunshot, a really kind of violent, loud gunshot, and he just crumples to the ground.
Okay, I jump at that because that is really close.
Did
You guys,
I was
And
there too.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
I'm going to get
you
up
guys are in the Ashland
and go
house.
to the door of the office and kind of peek out, but not go out into the street.
I am hitting the floor,
Okay.
and crawling my way to behind the bar, if there is one.
Well, because you're in the doctor's office right now.
Oh, I'm in the doctor. Sorry,
Yeah,
thought I was.
I'm at
way
the
you
door of
described
the
it.
doctor's
Unfortunately,
office.
being
Sorry.
in the doctor's office, there's no way out except through the door that you came in.
Okay, so
However, you do
Theodore
have-
Goldberg at the doctor's office. Sorry, for some
Yeah.
reason I thought it was.
Yeah, you got
the-
there is a chair and a desk in here for the doctor. There's a medicine cabinet in here. There's also a table where obviously patients would lay down. And then there's, of course, your obligatory skeleton, standing up on a metal
Okay.
hook.
Can
Okay, I'm sorry, Rachel. So where would Adeline be then if she's in the doctor's office doing books
You're at the desk.
at his desk? Okay, so yeah, I would be at the door to peek out, but
Okay.
not going out. Okay,
I wouldn't peek out. Is there a window?
There is not.
No. I'm gonna yell at Adelaide. Is it Adeline or Adelaide?
Adelaide.
It's
Adelaide. Okay,
Adelaide.
that's what I thought. All right.
Heartless Adelaide.
Adelaide, get down. What are you doing?
Okay, so that was what you guys did, Betty.
Betty.
You're actually in
So-
that living room area, so you saw him run in, try to shout something, and then crumple into a mass onto the floor.
Right. I want to go to the door and hold my gun up, in case that said gunner comes in,
Sure,
so that I
okay.
can get a jump on him.
Okay. So I'll get you guys in just a second. Reverend, that second shot, that was a lot louder and much closer.
Right, I figured. Yeah, so he's gonna get himself up, and he'll reach under his cot, and he'll take one of the guns that he has with him, his Winchester lever action, and he's holding that, and he scoots himself over to wherever he can near an opening of his church tent to look outside to see what he can see that's happening out there, where the gunshots are coming from.
Okay, so just as you do that, some guy comes barreling right into you. Panic, he wasn't even going to try and throw the flap out of the way. He was at full sprint. So when he
Okay.
hits you, you guys both go tumbling down onto the ground. and you recognize him. He's one of the guys who's been coming to your services on the regular, Mr. Buford Grimes. He was a down on his luck panhandler who taken to the bottle, and you actually helped cure him for the most part. Obviously, when you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic, but you helped him kind of kick the bottle for the most part, and kind of reclaim his life. And so he, kind of a portly guy, comes running up, slams right into you, and he gets up, and and he sees that he knocked you over. To Reverend, I'm sorry. There's a posse in town. They've been putting pictures up, and they got your face on it.
Oh, it's that time. Buford, I shouldn't be asking you this, but you see my injuries. If you be such a good man, I have a revolver underneath my cot over yonder. If you'd be at least willing to defend yourself, these men, they're not to be trifled with.
And he says, sure, but they're U.S. Marshals and Pinkertons.
Yes, Marshals and Pinkertons. I understand. Then keep yourself here, Buford. Don't leave. And if anyone gives you orders, you need to follow them. All right? Don't delay. Don't fight unless you have to. Do you understand?
Yeah. Did you need your pistol?
No. I have my rifle. If you don't have another weapon, you can hold on to my revolver.
Oh, no. They ain't coming for me. I was just coming to warn you because I saw your picture up there.
Oh, I see. Well then, here, hand over the revolver if you wouldn't mind.
So he kind of scrambles a bit on all fours for a second as he's trying to hastily get up towards the back, and eventually gets back up on his feet, runs over and hands you your pistol with your with your holster.
Okay. So he starts putting that on. He goes, Buford, if they come by, if you could be so kind as to let them know that I'm actually on my way to the east. If you could just direct them in that direction, they may show as Pinkertons, but I'm not quite sure how truthful they may be.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're on a mission to Tijuana. I got it.
Thank you, Buford. You're a good man. And he pats him on the shoulder.
Okay. So when you do that, he kind of he keeps kind of looking out there, and he's like, oh shoot, if I could count more than 10, well, there's more than 10. Sorry, Reverend, I can't count that high.
No, you don't need to, Buford. Trust me. All right. Well, good luck to you. Perhaps I shall return. And so he's going to head. And would there be any way to get out of this tent? Kind of like what Brittany was doing earlier. If it really is like a tarp, could he kind of lift up one area of the tarp on the other side and kind of duck out? And that's what he's going to try to do.
Okay. Alrighty. So why don't you go ahead and give me a strength and athletics check?
Okay.
Keep in mind you have one success already. Difficulty 6, but there's a bit of bad luck showing. The Ace of Spades is friendly to no one.
All right. So one success on the roll.
Okay. So you go scrambling out along the side to try and get out. Obviously not from the front. And as you do, you hear someone shout, "Hey, there he is!" And you hear the cocking of weapons. So we are now in combat rounds.
Ooh.
right.
Are we all rolling initiative then?
We are all rolling initiative.
Okay.
Was it a D10 plus your dex?
D10 plus your dex and your wits. So you add your wits and dex,
Okay.
1d10, and that's what you have for initiative.
Thank you, Rachel. I was just about to ask. I was like,
Might as well.
10 for the Reverend.
Okay.
8 for Adeline.
I think I messed that up. Hold on. I put a period at the end by accident.
Dale, you said 8, correct?
Oops.
10.
Dex,
10.
Dex and wits, right?
I got 8. Yeah, Dex and
Ooh.
Wit.
Nice.
I'm at 9. And I rolled crappy.
6. 15.
Nice.
Ooh.
Dang.
Woohoo.
Okay, and Abby, what'd you get?
Still calculating. I've never rolled initiative.
Dex
You've
and
seen the
wit.
dots going across.
Yeah, so roll 1d10. So
Got it.
/R.
Base.
And then
Yeah.
you take the number of dots in your wits and dex
Oh, in
and just
Discord.
add those to the number.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. Mhm.
Sorry. I did not have Discord up. It slows my computer down.
Oh, well, then just use that phone app that you've got.
Okay. I rolled 1d10,
Okay, so what'd you get for your 1d10?
7, and then I have 5 in dex and 3 in wits.
Oh, wow.
So, add
So
all that
8
together.
plus, what was your roll?
7.
8 plus 7, 15?
15.
15 as well.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Good job.
Okay, so top of the round, we're going to start with Abby from where you're at. So, Abby, you positioned, or Betty, I should say, positioned herself at the side of the door to kind of peek out and look around. And as you peek out and look around, you can see there's there must be like a gang of about 10 individuals out there, all with weapons already. And there's several branching out to other parts of the town, it looks like. And you heard them. It's still your initiative, but you heard them shout, "Rogue Valley villains! This is U.S. Marshal backed up by the Pinkertons. Y'all got 5 seconds to comply. Come out, throw down your arms, or we're gonna burn this whole damn town down to cinders." And of course, now everybody's starting to panic.
Well, that ain't
Betty?
very neighborly.
Did I see the person who was talking?
Yes.
Okay, I want to shoot at him.
Okay.
No boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let me throw that Baymax sound out there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, and I'm
So the
guessing
individual
it's
who is
dex
yelling-
and firearms.
It is, yes.
Okay.
And the difficulty is the weapon that you're using,
Okay,
which should be like 6 or 7. Most of them fell in that
it's
range.
6. Yeah.
So the individual who is doing the shouting looks like Gene Hackman, the actor.
Fitting.
If you know who he looks like.
Okay, that's. And 10s explode.
Yeah, the count is 2.
That's 7 successes.
Ooh. Hercules. Sorry, like, yes.
Took his head right off those shoulders.
Mhm. Now do that like 10 plus more times.
Right.
All right. So
Because
We'll
it
just
was
give your
10,
initiative.
according to that guy.
go ahead.
It's Abby's turn again.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
The damage for the pistol that you have, and you're going to add 3
Yeah.
dice to that.
Oh boy.
Add 3. Okay. So the damage says 5, so I just roll 5 d10s?
You're going to roll 8.
8k.
Yeah.
No whammies.
Right.
I've got that one too. Press your luck.
Oh, goodness
No
gracious.
whammies and stop!
You got a calculator ready? Or should I I can calculate it.
No, there's nothing to calculate. All you have to do is just roll the damage, and anything 6 or higher is
Just
success.
do /MM. Wait for the syntax to come up.
Are
and
you
then
in, are you in
space.
Discord?
I'm not in
Oh.
Discord.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Remember, she
never
can't
mind.
use Discord.
That's right. Sorry.
It's okay.
Discord hates me. Okay, so I will tell you.
I mean, we can roll it for you.
4.
Yeah, why don't we do that then? We'll just have somebody roll
Oh,
for
okay.
you in the chat.
So I'll do /MM space. All right. How many dice are you rolling?
8
8.
out of 6
And
I
difficulty.
Difficulty
rolled really
6.
well though, sadly.
You have a 4. Oh, wait, no, this doesn't count for damage, right?
Nope.
Okay. 4.
Oh,
Plus the 3. You already
yes, you already added that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of.
So you quickly kind of turn around the corner, take a shot, tag him straight in the shoulder, and he kind of buckles backward real quick, and you end up hearing him scream, "Get them sons of bitches!" And so, Britt, it is your action.
Okay. Is my tent in the woods somewhere?
No, it's on the north side of town.
So it's not. There's no woods nearby. Is what you're saying.
You can run to them, but you're not in the woods. No, you're actually out of the woods.
So there's some distance then.
Yes. If you're looking for someplace to hide, you're probably going to have to try and go in town and find someplace to duck down, or find a horse and try and ride away, or...
Yeah, okay. Otherwise, can I disguise myself in some way? Is there, like...
If you found a place to hide,
clothesline
you could,
or-
yes. Because remember, you've got to get off the ground at this point and out from under the tent.
Oh, I'm still trapped in the tent.
Yes.
Shoot. And I don't want to leave my crystal ball, but can't use it if I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make a run for it. If there's a horse nearby, I'll try and get on the horse.
Okay. Give me a dexterity and athletics check at this point. Dun, 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 dun.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yes.
1 success.
Oof. Okay, so you pick up and you start sprinting as quickly as you can off to the horse, and you're stumbling a bit as you go, and probably because you're really panic-stricken at this point with everything that's going on. And you don't quite make it to the horse. You will make it there next round.
Okay.
Because you're having to run, and you stumbled, and wasn't all that great.
Also, I'm wearing a skirt.
You're wearing a skirt, and you also had a little bit of bad luck, just like everybody else. All right, so it is their turn. They start opening up. 5 of the guys who are out in the street start fanning out a little bit, and as they fan out, thank you for the raid, Table of Horrors. Yay! With 9 additional viewers. Thank you very much. As they start to fan out, you can see that they have Molotovs in their hand, and they start lobbing them at the Ashland house. With the fire hitting the sides and quickly starting to spread. And 2 of them take shots directly at Betty. So let's do that. Thank you for the follow. Oh, good golly.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
All right. And you were not actively. Are you going to attempt to? Move or dodge or duck, or play dodgeball?
Who are you
I
asking?
would
Abby.
Okay.
probably attempt it, like duck.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me you're down 1 die. Give me somebody roll for it. Give me a dex
Okay.
and athletics check. What is your dexterity and what is your athletics?
My dex is 5, my athletics is 3.
And do you have any
So
celerity?
8.
Yes.
How many?
How many?
3.
Okay.
So 12.
So 12 minus 1 is 11. So go ahead and roll 11 dice for her as she
Difficulty
nimbly
6?
attempts to duck. Yes.
Any specialties? Or
It's
does
not
it count for this?
Yeah, it's not going to
Okay.
matter. It's just going to be 10 6.
You're
Woo!
welcome.
Wow,
8.
8 success.
Rachel, can you roll for me?
9.
I'm gonna waste
Yeah.
all my rolls on you guys, and then it gets to me. I'm not gonna roll anything.
Right.
Watch.
I said, Brittany,
So-
you've been doing
That is
actually
the
pretty good.
rule
That's
of
9
this-
technically.
this-
Because of the card that we have showing. I need to change it here in a second. I'm going to redraw with a little bit of bad luck. So unfortunately, you dip, no problem. The gunshot punches a hole that they would have caught. Can I even hit that? I don't think so. No. So the first round would have caught you right in the head. Like it punched a hole through the board and went freak and lodged itself someplace in the living room. The other one kind of hit the side of the door and splintered off, so it didn't actually hit you. Ooh!
Lucky.
So we have
Ooh,
a
what?
jack of it's a
That's
jack
okay.
of diamonds. So it's a red suit.
Nice.
Oh, it's another 10. That means you guys have another automatic success coming to you. So they are. So they've lobbed. They fired on Betty. So you guys, those of you in the doctor's office, you can't act just yet, but you can see that they've lobbed something, and you can hear the shattering of glass, and the breath of fire as it's starting to expand on this wooden building rather quickly.
Plus, we heard them call out our gang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Dale,
Yeah.
you have got 2 guys that were looking for you, and they draw down on you as you were in the dirt. So you are still technically moving. You did not fire yet, so you can
Right.
attempt to make like a dodge or roll, or basically to keep moving. 'Cause you can't technically dodge a bullet.
Right.
But you can still athletically move. You'll be at your full dice pool for this. It just means if you attempt to attack back on your turn, you're down a die.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd better work on dipping and ducking and diving and all that stuff. So we'll try to
Okay.
dodge.
They do have wrenches in this time frame, so if you can dodge a wrench,
That's that I can dodge a bullet.
yeah, maybe. Just learn from Patches O'Houlihan.
Right.
All right, so it's going to be your dexterity and athletics. If you have any celerity, you can add that.
Okay, no celerity, but I'll spend a willpower for an auto success. Okay, dexterity, athletics. 4, 5, not a ton, but we'll see. Oh, do I have? Yeah, that will explode. Ugh. Okay, so that's a fail there, but then I've technically got 2, one from the card and one from the willpower.
Okay, so the first one does hit.
Okay.
Second one does not. So They draw down on you. The other guy probably drew a little bit too fast, given the fact that he saw you on the ground and got a little excited. So the shot rings out and hits, kicks up some dirt nearby. Doesn't hit you. The second one does clip you. And let's see just how much damage. Do you have any fortitude?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Ouch. 2 damage to your leg.
Okay.
Got you right to your leg at that point. So, of course, you can't help but scream out, in pain because of that.
Right.
And you end up hearing from inside the tent, "No, Reverend!" And then it's like canvasy form kind of hits the canvas of the tent.
Yeah.
And like tries to run right into those 2 guys. So
Oh no, Jesse!
it wasn't Jesse. It's Buford. Thank you. So Buford, in his kind of uncoordinated way, is covering you to an extent. Like the tent kind of comes down and starts like falling over towards that way with him and them, and it's this big mess. So despite your wound and the fact that you're really hurt, they're not going to be in line of sight. So it's going to give you a chance to try and hit for Splitsville if you can on your turn.
Got it. Okay.
And Brittany. So the other 2 guys have spotted you trying to run. They are firing. Go ahead. I'm pretty certain you're going to want to roll dodge. You're down 1 die for this.
Can
Yeah.
she use a willpower?
You got what?
Can she use a
Oh,
willpower?
I haven't rolled yet.
She can if she would like. You've also got a Jack of Diamonds showing right now.
Okay. I'm down 1 die, so difficulty what? 6?
Difficulty 6.
2. So 3 with the card.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Nice.
first one comes pretty close. Clips your hairpiece. So
Damn them.
that part of that kind of comes flying off. Second one. Ooh. And you got how many?
3.
3. Okay. Good Lord, I got 4 10s on this one. Okay, so you said 3. It's up by 2. So you do get hit on that one. Let's see how much damage. Do you have any fortitude?
No.
Okay. Ooh, you lucky dog. 1 point. So that one hit, and it was a clean shot, in and out. Caught you in the side,
Owie.
but
Okay.
it did not knock you down.
Could have been
you are-
worse.
You
Could
are
have been way
still
worse.
trying to run to the horse at this point. So that was at 12. So Dale, you're at 10.
Okay. Yeah, boy. So he's so hurt at this point. Yeah, he's just trying to make his way then to whatever horse he can get to. If there's any of those nearby, just trying to get clear.
Your horse is here, yes.
Okay. Then yeah, he's trying to get on there and trying to just
All right.
skedaddle.
You are down. So you're down 1 die at this point to try and get up quickly on the horse.
Okay.
That is going to be a Dex and Athletics check as well. Difficulty 7 currently.
All right.
Keep in mind you are up 1 because of the Jack of Diamonds.
Yeah. Can I spend a willpower to ignore my like damage modifiers? 'Cause
Negative.
That's no.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
you need.
Is that a
willpower for that.
vampire thing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It is a vampire thing. If you have like willpower, I think.
Okay. So that means I'm only going to have 1 die.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah, but he can spend a willpower to get
An
an auto.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll at least do that. Let's see. And the difficulty was 7.
difficulty is 7. Yes.
Okay. Right. Success from that. So then I guess total of the 3, including the card.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
All right.
Good job.
That was a
So
close
for a
one.
moment, you are in extreme pain. You're dealing with you're dealing with issues, obviously, from the night previous that you're still trying to heal. You have the fresh wound that's now in your leg, but you like bite down a second on the what the heck do they call it? The it's not a leash.
It's the strap.
The
Strap.
reins.
Reins.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
reins.
So you bite down on the leather of the reins real quick and just throw yourself up real quick, with a thud, and then spur your horse into action. You will be able to start riding away next round. Okay. Rachel, I didn't have you on my thing. When are you acting?
I'm at 9.
Oh, perfect. So
Sorry. I
She's
thought I
before
told
me.
you.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
last.
So you're up next.
Okay, so we're in the doctor's office. I'm down on the ground, like I basically dropped to the floor
As
after
is the doctor at
hearing.
this point. He's dropped down
Yeah.
in the office behind you guys.
Is there any back entryway and back entrance at all?
From the Ashland house, yes. From the doctor's office,
From the doctor's
no.
office. Okay.
Only way in and out is through that one door.
The front door. And she's gonna look at the doctor and like, you really don't have a back entrance. How irresponsible.
What if there was a fire?
I know.
This is not according to code.
OSHA would
Right.
have your hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like
That's what
Where's
her
give
the
her
character
building
comes up with.
inspector?
That's what Evelyn invents. She invents OSHA.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
She got to live first.
Okay. So I and there's no windows. There's literally only a door. Is the door open or cracked at all? Oh no, you said that there was a
The door's
Molotov
open.
cocktail that was thrown into.
Not the doctor's office. The doctor's
Oh,
office
not
is
the doctor's
inside
office.
the Ashland house.
And
The
I'm
Molotov
standing at the
cocktails-
door.
Sorry.
So the door's open.
Yeah. So the door to the office is open. You guys can see out what's going on. You saw that
Okay.
some people took shots at Betty. Betty ducked down, and they just kind of peppered the
Can
Alright.
we
door frame
see?
and wood.
Can we see the Reverend and
No, you cannot.
we cannot see Seraphine and okay.
All right. So if I go up to the door and I basically just take a sort of glance at, can I roll a perception to see how many I see?
Yeah. You
All
sure
right, let me
can.
do that first. My perception. Perception and awareness.
Yes.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
Or perception and alertness.
Oh, alertness. Okay. Same.
Awareness is for supernatural stuff.
Let's see. 0.
So you
Really?
have one because of the Jack of Diamonds.
Okay.
You can tell. That,
Oh no, that 10 explodes because I do have a 4 in perception.
Okay.
Sorry. So 2 then.
2.
Successes.
So it looks like there's about 10 out in the middle of town right now.
Okay.
About
How
4
far
or 5
out?
of them seem to be throwing the Molotov cocktails right now on the building.
On the building. Okay. All right. So, yeah, right. I am going to. Am I within range to be able to do Arms of the Abyss?
That is a great question. Keep in mind, Arms of the Abyss is largely ineffective during the day.
That's
does
true,
not
that's
like
true.
bright
Never
lights.
mind. Just kidding. Just kidding.
JK.
Well, shit. All right. Well, fine. I will take out my. Well. Shoot.
Bang.
Is there any attic space?
In the Ashland house, no.
Not in the Ashland house.
But
I'm in
you
the
can-
doctor's office.
No. Because it's the doctor's office is a part of the Ashland house.
Oh. Okay. Fudge.
You can run upstairs if you want. Get to the second floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up to the second floor and I'm gonna snuff out all the lights as I go.
Okay. All right. You can definitely do that. I mean, it's daylight, so it's not going to help much.
There's
but,
no windows in here though, so
in the hallway. There's one at one end and one at the other.
Is there one upstairs?
That's where she's at. She's running upstairs.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, basically I'm just. There's not a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess run upstairs.
You're gonna have to Danny DeVito it at this point. So,
what does
anyways,
that
I
mean?
just start blasting.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, give me some backup.
I have a pistol, and it's all right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna run upstairs.
Okay. So you go running upstairs on your action.
Yeah.
Shelly.
She is going to throw her shawl up over her face like this.
Okay.
She's going to grab a pillow. She's going to quickly wrap it up in like a swaddle. So it looks like she has a baby.
Okay.
And she's going. How far are the horses?
The horses are outside.
Be right back.
I know, but how far would it be? Well,
Given the fact that there's fire being thrown in the building, the horses that were like stretched in the front they're like running away at this point.
so they've gotten loose.
Yes.
Okay. She is going to run out like she was one of the patients in the doctor's office
Okay.
and scream, "Please don't shoot me and my baby." So she's trying to cover herself up and hold that like she's holding a child.
Okay. Go ahead and roll manipulation and performance.
Okay. And I'm going to burn a willpower.
Difficulty 7.
Okay. So total of 4.
Nice.
Okie doke. So you come running out there real quick, and they don't do anything. It's like let her go. And when you do that, like a couple people out, they come bolting out along the side, flying past Betty, trying to get out of the place. It looks like they're this crowd that's here is starting to fan out to surround the building currently. So we are now at the top of the round. Abby and Brittany. So Abby, we'll start with you.
Okay. May I ask, like, is there anyone else shooting at these guys, or is it just me? Can I tell that? Or
Hard to say, but right now it looks like they're all focused on the building, so probably just you.
Then
They're shooting though, right? So it's not like hers would be the only gunshot.
Correct.
So what I want to do is like dash behind a table, flip it over, and it's like, is there like a back entrance
There
to
is,
the
yes.
building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to slowly make my way back there, but still give myself some cover fire. That makes sense.
So what you're going to want to do is move your way to the back, down the back hall. If you stop to flip over a table, which isn't a bad idea, that they did that a lot in the Old West because tables were made fairly thick. If you did that, you're just delaying yourself to try and get back. You're better off served trying to run to the back directly, if that's the case. If you're trying to hold up and put up more of a fight, then you're probably going to want to flip a table and use that as cover.
Okay, then I think retreat is the best option at the moment. So I'm going to head to the back.
Okay.
And look for a horse.
Okay. So you are bolting. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and athletics check.
Okay.
It is your action. Would you like to spend a blood point for celerity or no?
Not this round,
Okay.
I don't think.
Because if you spend
And I'm gonna try and do Discord on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So
Does it
That'll
take a round for celerity to kick in?
no, it happens at the end of the round.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't know why I was thinking.
So I do /MM and then
Space.
the number.
Space.
Yeah, space and then wait for
Space.
syntax to come up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the number.
Yeah. The
Uh-huh.
number. Hmm.
Then space, and then the difficulty if it's not 6. If it's 6, you can just leave it blank.
Oh,
What is the difficulty?
6.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah, you're just trying to bolt is all.
if you have a specialty, then you can put in the difficulty and then space and then just
So
put
we don't need to confuse
SP.
it more right now. But she got the roll.
Yeah, she totally did.
We can adjust.
Oh, nice.
So that is your dexterity and athletics plus your celerity.
Oh no, that's not plus my celerity.
Right. So just roll an additional amount of dice for your celerity.
Okay.
No need to re-roll that.
Great.
Just for curiosity's sake.
And space. And
Okay. So, given the fact that you have a Jack of Diamonds, and you've got a total of 6 successes on the roll, actually 7
Nice.
because you got a 10. So you have 8 total successes. So in a moment, you suddenly, those of you who are still in the hotel, quickly hear a song that won't actually become popular until about the 1970s or 80s. And you hear Spider-Man, Spider-Man, and she just flies down the back hall going towards the back.
Yeah.
All right, Brittany.
I'm trying to get on that horse.
So you're going to take a running leap and jump on the horse? All
Sure.
Hollywood like?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, whatever is easiest.
Well, if you want to stop and get up the regular way, you sure can.
Let's see. I got a little potent, so I'll go ahead and see. Strength or dex?
Let's see.
That's
Pull
probably
yourself
dex,
up.
huh?
It's going to be your dex, yes. So dexterity and athletics.
Okay, so
Difficulty
no
7.
potence. Difficulty what?
Difficulty 7.
Okay, I failed on the dice,
Oh,
but I
Well,
got one on the card.
that is true.
Failure.
Failure.
emotional damage.
So
I've just been shot through the side.
Yep. So you just throw yourself up on the horse and you get on the horse, but not in the way that would be conducive to ride.
You know what? If I'm a sack of potatoes, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's kind of the positioning you're in right now.
We'll just go.
Oh, okay. So you just rip on the reins and say, yeah.
Yeah.
Sideways. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
smack the horse aside.
We'll just go with it.
Ride, horse, ride. Okay, so that was that. You're doing halfway decent. Okay, so now we're at the NPCs. They take shots at Brittany. Bang, 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 bang. All right, Brittany.
Miss.
Give me a dexterity and ride check.
You have a ride skill?
You sure do.
Oh,
It's
look
where
at
drive
that.
would be.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is going to be a difficulty. A difficulty 7, given the fact that you're not on the saddle correctly.
That is a fail. Wait. Plus the card. That's also still a fail,
That is still a fail. Ouch.
Yep.
Okay.
but not a botch.
Okay, so that is a hit. Okay. All right. So, so 2 rounds end up clipping you. Bang bang. Let's see if you're able to pull it out. 2 points of damage on the first one. Two more on the second one.
Oh my goodness.
As you go flying off of the horse at this point in mid gallop, and you get thrown into a water trough.
Ow.
That is no bueno.
So water comes
Okay.
up and nasty water all over your
Guys, I
wounds
think
now.
I might not survive this game.
Okay, so they are firing on the house at this point. Wildfire at this point. Highly doubt they're going to hit Rachel, but we need to check.
Mhm.
Actually, a round does come pretty close, Rachel, as you're barreling up to the second floor. Like one of them strikes near one of the lanterns, that they would have up there.
She
Doesn't
ducks
hit you, but
instinctively.
and yeah, there's no way in hell I'm gonna catch Betty bolting down bolting down the back. Yeah, not even remotely close. So there's like there's gunfire like peppering up the front at this point, and there's a round that strikes the wall somewhere in your vicinity, but you weren't too worried about it. You're just like fleet foot and bolting towards the back. The other guys are Dale. I'll give you a roll here in a second.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he got nothing. All right. Oh no, he's the one. That, oh no. The other guy got it. Okay. So I think the only who here has played Red Dead Redemption 2?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so none of you.
Nope.
Okay. There's this. Basically, there's this. Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a thing where if you run at somebody, you can run and tackle them, and it's good for, punching them to subdue them, or if you've got rope, hog tying them, to pull them back for like bounty hunting missions. You can forego that and grab a hold of them and put your pistol like right up under their chin and fire, or like your shotgun or rifle, or if you have that on you. Basically, that's what you end up seeing, Reverend, as Buford had been like wrestling with them or something, and like through the tarp, one of them grabbed a hold of him, shoved a right, I say rifle, a pistol up to the head, and you hear a boom, kind of muffled through the tarp, and you just see his body lifelessly hit the ground as the tarp starts turning colors and
Oh,
whatnot.
not Buford.
Poor
Gotcha.
Buford. Bye-bye, Jesse.
Let's see. 1 second. There is a chance Shelley may make it out undetected. Okay. So at that point, you could hear them like yelling to surround the building. And keep in mind, the Ashland house in Ashland sits right at the corner near their main street, which kind of branches off to either side. There is a fence that goes around the back for like a little privacy fence sort of thing for the backyard. It's not quite your turn yet, but which direction did you run, Adelaide? Did you run? Clearly you didn't run east because that would have put you right back into the house.
Right. No, she would have tried to get past all the lawmen.
You seem to be. You're not past them, but they don't seem to be focused on you.
Right. So she's trying to get behind them to put as much distance between her and them
Which
as
direction
possible.
are you running, though?
I didn't bring up the map.
Yes, there
Hold
is
on a
a
second.
map.
Let me grab the map real quick.
If you're heading northbound, northwestish bound on the street out of town, you're actually heading towards Madame Seraphina's tent. If you're going sort of southeastish on that road, you're heading down toward the Reverend Turner's tent. If you're
You know,
heading,
it would make more sense that she would run towards the Reverend because she knows he's injured.
okay,
Yeah, so she'll head towards.
okay,
She'll
so
head toward,
so
but she's
you're
keeping
gonna
her
go
head
out.
down.
You're
Yep.
gonna go out, turn around. You're not getting behind the guys. You're just actually trying to turn the other direction and head
Okay.
further down the street. Okay, so I just want to know direction wise what's going on. Okay,
Yep.
so
Okay.
as so that's what they end up doing. They end up there's a couple more rounds go into the place, but it's wildfire at this point. They're not they don't have a bead on Evelyn. They clearly don't have a bead on Betsy just yet. Okay, so that was their round. So we are at Dale. So you're at 10.
Okay.
You are able to ride at this point. So go ahead and give me a Dex and Ride check.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Well-
oh. Hold that thought. Oh.
Oh.
8 of
Okay.
diamonds.
Nice.
Your luck holds, so you still have a success.
Okay.
And a little bit of good luck.
And I'm gonna burn yet another willpower
Okay.
for an auto because I'm still only gonna have like one die to roll because of my injuries.
Okay.
Here we go. Still holdings, and then that's 1, 2, 3, including
Okay.
everything.
Nice job.
So you're literally doing like you see in every movie when somebody's injured and they're on their horse. You're just kind of like leaning forward across his long
Saddle
neck,
horn.
and saddle horn, and just urging him on to just keep going. You're not really looking in the direction you're going, so you're actually heading in kind of a northwestern direction on the backside of the town.
Gotcha.
All right. So that was your round, and you are out of that vicinity currently. Dale, so Rachel.
Yeah, I'm running upstairs, right? I ran upstairs. I'm upstairs now.
Yes.
Um,
And it's getting pretty hot. The building is, you can hear people screaming up here, terrified that the building is starting to come down, and they don't know if they can run out because the building is still, being shot at.
is there a window? Okay, so upstairs, I'm
Mhm.
just trying to basically figure out, is there a window towards the back of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
When you get up here, like I said, there's a window at either end of the hallway, and every room has a window as well.
Okay. So I'm going to look for a window that is towards the back of the house. Basically to where I can pretty much just jump through, I guess.
That would be the back window then,
Yeah.
down the hallway. Okay. Give me a Dex and Athletics check.
Spin the wheel.
Difficulty.
I am
difficulty.
100%.
Difficulty 8. You still have
Okay.
one success currently showing on the card.
That's cool. I'm going to burn a will for an auto.
Okay.
Definitely. 1 second. Let me take that off. Well. Okay. And so I'm sorry, Dex and Athletics.
Dex and Athletics.
All right. So difficulty 8 you said. And then a 1 with the auto with the will.
Okay.
Oh no, 2 with the diamond.
Correct.
And the card,
With
yeah.
the card, yep. So you come just bolting, run full speed, throw yourself out the window at this point.
Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll. So, and it's
It's gonna hurt.
you needed to go to stunt woman school for this, and clearly
Yeah.
you didn't pay enough time, enough attention when you had those.
She invents
classes.
that too.
And-
Well,
So when you
I
come
mean,
down,
ideally, I was gonna like try to break it first with like a cloth over her hand, but you know what? The house is hot. She's running.
yep,
Yeah, exactly.
gotta run. So you come flying through there. I need you to now make a stamina check, difficulty
Okay.
6, as well as you, Betty.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, no, I'm not gonna roll. Whatever. Difficulty 6. 3.
Oh, not bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's just straight stamina.
Just straight stamina. Unless you have fortitude, you can add that as well.
Oh, I have fortitude.
Fortitude.
You gotta keep them fortitude. Da 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 da.
And the difficulty you said was 6, right?
Yeah, it's always going to be 6 to soak damage.
Nice.
Oh, good lord. These don't explode, but yeah, you got plenty. Okay, so you just get outside, out the back door. Like you just threw up a boot and the door comes flying open and you're not even slowing down a bit. Something heavy and frilly falls right on top of you, like right as you get outside the door.
Like on top of me?
Oh, on top of you. And you both end up hitting the ground with a loud thud and kind of a tumble. Thankfully, neither one of you took damage. But as you,
I landed on you.
Yeah, but as you
exactly.
look up, Evelyn apparently fell from the sky and connected with you as you both came flying out the back.
Betty definitely swears a bit.
I agree. Oh God, let's go.
Betty with that Yosemite Sam cursing. Frazzle, frazzle,
yeah.
frazzle, 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 frazzle.
Yeah.
Yes, whatever you say. Let's go.
Ditto.
This hurt.
Sorry.
So you guys are in the back at this point. It's not your actions just yet. That was Rachel. Shelley, you're last up.
Just gonna look for a buggy. With the buggy and horse.
Don't know if anybody would have brought one into town just yet. Why don't you give me a perception and alertness check? We'll say it's difficulty 8, even though
Okay.
that's still going to give you 1 success showing on the card.
Be nice, be nice.
The Wells Fargo wagon.
And you said,
around the bend.
There we go.
Jerome, you said 8, right?
Difficulty 8, yes.
So that'd be a total of 4.
Nice. Still got some. So sure enough, then, actually, what you don't end up seeing a buggy. However, you do see a stagecoach.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Someone just
Probably
recently,
faster.
someone
Add that to your crimes.
someone just recently brought in the mail. It was like a postal run at this point. So you've got the Wells Fargo Overland stagecoach that you
So,
quickly
yep.
jump up on top of and spur them into action. So give me a check for ride. So dexterity and ride.
I'm gonna burn a wheel for that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2, 3, 4. And it was just a regular diff.
Yes.
Okay.
It's- Doesn't take a
Total
lot
of
to spring
5.
into action. All right. So
Nice.
Oh wait, actually that would be total of
6 with the-
6 because
6
my
with the
willpower.
card. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so so you get them off riding at this point in the same direction you were running initially. So you were heading to the south, the southeastern part of town. You're quickly starting to pass by the partially collapsed tent where the Reverend held his sermons, and you can see that there are 2 men, coming out from underneath the tarp.
She's still holding that baby.
You sure are. While you are obviously stealing a stagecoach.
Well, of course she's running for her life. There's a fight in town.
Yeah.
It's for posterity.
Let's see. 2, 3. That is a hit. Oh, good golly. 1, 2, 3 more for that one. Okay, so let's see what kind of damage you end up catching here.
Oh man.
Do you have any fortitude?
Yes, I do.
Roll your fortitude.
Okay.
That's all you can roll.
Oh, I can't do stamina with it.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Yep, we are
And I take it
ghouls.
no
We're all gonna die.
and no willpower with this, huh?
Nope. You've already used willpower.
One success.
Okay, one success, not bad. Second, so the first attack, because they draw down as they see you come flying by. They don't know who exactly you are, but it is very illegal, and there's like... so first one gives you a point of damage, so you catch one right in the thigh. Thankfully, the round just skims you. It doesn't actually go in.
Wouldn't it be
crap.
funny if we
Don't
all died
shoot
in
my
this scene?
baby! Oh, yeah, it'd be funny if we all die.
If we all died here 10
Yeah.
minutes into the game.
Whoops.
Okay, and second one. Go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
Should have been more secretive on the boat, I guess.
Kind of hard with the bear running around.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Ooh, I failed. Nada.
Nada. Okay.
There's the card.
Then you
There's
Does the card count?
card.
there's whenever you're rolling, card discount. So you soak up
Yeah.
one.
Oh, okay. Well, I would have gotten 2 the last time then.
Right, I
But
took
that's
that into
okay.
account.
Oh, okay. I
So
got
you
1.
catch 3 points of damage this time.
Okay.
That's including the card. So, so you're at 4. You're 4 damage already. That second round caught you, based on you passing, caught you right in your left shoulder as you're.
So I'm
Flying
wounded.
by.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm down 2 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you
Yeah,
are
okay.
clearly riding off in a direction. So that is the end of that round. Top of the round. So really the only ones who are. Oh no. Britt is still in town, but not in this area. So, Brittany, you hear some yelling. Hard to make out what exactly, because you're not even
I'm
paying
just
attention to
bleeding out in a trough right now.
it. Yeah,
Play
exactly.
dead.
Oh,
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not
Just
dead
play
yet.
dead.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play dead.
I got
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
No, see, he's dead.
It's
I'm
just
happy.
a flesh wound.
So happy. So a little Monty Python there for you. All right, so Abby and Rachel, as you guys are picking yourself up and
Abby.
getting ready for your next
We're gonna
fight
do this.
or whatever is about to happen, you hear the sounds of like, what the hell are you doing? And then you hear more gunfire ripping out into the town square. And then, of course, more return fire. Brittany, you have a reroll.
Okay.
I love you.
Make sure to mark it
Aw.
down. So, top of the round, Abby, you guys are in the backyard to this now almost fully engulfed in flame building.
Mm-hmm. Where's the closest horse?
There is none back here.
Oh.
Gotta
Is
get over
there-
that fence.
Okay. Get over the fence. What's beyond the fence?
So from here beyond the fence, I was going to say, keep in mind there is a map that's in Discord, and I know you have problems getting to that.
Oh, I forgot about the map.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's not the right one. This is the right one. Here we go. So from here, you would actually be running out,
It's not pinned.
kind of
Oh.
into the wilderness at this point along Mill Creek.
Oh no.
So you would actually be, you guys would be in the open, but there's some brush and trees and some. It's not like flat space, or whatnot. But that's really all you've got, unless you want to go find some place to hide in town.
There's brush and trees. Is that also the direction to our vampire master?
That is, yes. Good question. That is towards
probably
that is towards the
going
road
to a-
to Terrence Hill.
attempt to head that way, conceal myself in the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
I am not going that direction.
Miss Lacy Pants.
Yeah.
You'll leave
Better
a
count
trail of
yourself
lace.
lucky. No one else can see those knickers.
So that's what Betty is doing at this point, starting to sprint off into the other direction. And you can see that in order from where you're sitting, because they tend to keep these away from town, you know, because they're superstitious folk, you can see that there is a cemetery over that direction too. So that is what is happening on your action. Brittany.
So I can't do a whole lot. I think I'll hold my action. No, you know what?
Are you incapacitated?
No,
Okay.
I'm close, but I'm not.
Okay.
I am mauled.
Mauled.
I could. And there's two guys after me, right?
Indeed.
I don't know if it would be a good idea to use lightning while I'm sitting in a bunch of water.
Mhm.
Probably not.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try and use subvert Path of Corruption 2,
Okay.
which only takes eye contact. It's not really a long game kind of thing. That's what I got. Oh, you know what? I have a gun too. I forgot about that.
You sure do.
I could just try and shoot him. If I shoot one, then the other one is going to try and shoot me.
That's normally how that works.
Thank you again for the follow, everybody. So, if you want to use subvert, you can. You just have to tell me what it is you're going to subvert about that individual.
So my note says that it releases the subject's dark, self-destructive side.
Correct.
But like I was thinking, that doesn't that's not like an immediate thing. That's like a long game thing, right?
Depends. Since you're in this situation, that's the gamble you're facing.
Could I try and get him to shoot himself or shoot his friend?
How would you?
Does it go that far?
Again, it depends. It is its namesake, subvert.
Like
If you think because you don't know anything about him, but if you think that he might be a greedy type of person, this would be something where you would, in essence, use his power and promise him something of great worth or wealth or something. Putting him in a situation where if he was greedy, he would need to obviously turn on his partner in order to get that.
yeah, I could try that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your manipulation and subterfuge. Or
Perception and subterfuge?
no, target resists with a roll of perception and subterfuge.
Oh.
With the difficulty being so I have to roll. So the difficulty being equal to the target's manipulation and subterfuge.
Versus my perception and subterfuge.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And you might want to hurry up before the next hour comes up, so you still have a success on that.
5.
So you have 5.
5 is my perception and subterfuge.
No, manipulation and subterfuge.
Oh. 7.
Okay.
Mm.
That's better. Yeah, he's basically forced to try and spot the subvert. That's why it's saying he has to roll perception and subterfuge. His difficulty,
Oh, okay.
His
Okay.
difficulty is basically how good of a talker are you really, which is why manipulation and subterfuge for you. You are up a success. So what is it exactly so what are you telling him?
That his partner wants to his partner's going to cut him out of the reward.
Okay. Interesting. So we got what? Four successes. Ooh. That's not good for him. Okay. So you shout that out real quick. You're not too sure what's happening just yet, because it's not quite their action. Actually, it is now, because that was both 15s. Okay, so their action. So the guy kind of turns and he, he looks because he was drawing down on you. They're about ready to, put some
Take me
40
out.
put some 44s into your body. They're not interested in arresting. And then you basically kind of peeked up from over the side of the water trough, all wet, and said that to him. And so, oddly enough, he turns and he looks, and at the guy, and he says, "Is that true?" And the guy's like, "We're about ready to put 2 rounds in this woman, and you're asking me about what the?" And they start like going at it and arguing at this point. They're not firing at each other, but they are clearly distracted.
Yeah.
This will give you the opportunity to try and flee. However, you'll have to do it on foot.
It's better than dying.
That is true. Give me a dex and athletics check. No, a strength and athletics check. If you have potence, you can add that.
Okay. Minus my whatchamajiggy. 3.
Yeah, the whatchamajiggy
Injury.
always plays a factor.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yes.
1 success plus the card.
Plus the card. 2 successes. Through sheer force of will and strength, you're like trying to drag yourself along. You're up on both feet, but you're hunched over and hobbling a little bit, almost like
I should
Igor.
have spent a will. Oh, well.
So but I mean, you're going as quickly as you can, which isn't fast. Okay, so that was their action. At this point, Adelaide is hitting kind of top speed, and they're firing, but it's wildfire at this point. They're not able to catch you. They are, as they can see, Betty bolting at this point. Some of the guys who were trying to circle around the side start opening up on her. So if you want to give me a dodge check for your attempting
It's time to
do-
bob and weave, girl.
Yep.
Zigzag.
It's Dex and athletics. Dex and athletics plus your celerity. She won't stay still.
Okay. Sorry. Math. Okay.
Oh my god.
Woohoo.
So that is 6
Oh my gosh.
6 minus 1 is 5, but you get another one for the 10 and another one for the card. So that's 7 successes.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, so you are just like a jackrabbit kind of diving and zipping in and out, and they're firing, and it's going, it's very cinematic Hollywood, like you're just moving in between the ticks and they're firing, but they're getting no joy, nothing at all, just rounds landing on trees and in a bush and peppering the ground a bit, but no one's able to catch you. You can hear the gunfire at this point, Evelyn, so to influence your round coming up, it sounds like they've almost got this house surrounded, and you heard a stagecoach driving off, so you may just be in deep at this point. That is the end of their actions. Dale, you are riding. Give me a perception and alertness check. Difficulty 7, because you've got kind of like your hair and you're not seeing straight right now.
Right. Okay. Let me go ahead and roll my 1 die. Here we go. Difficulty 8, you said?
7.
7. Okay. No success.
All right. So thankfully you still have the card in your favor.
It's true.
Failure.
So as you are riding, at this point, you are, again, you're on the other side of the town, but literally making a beeline, with the other buildings off to your left, coming up, trying to get into the woods or just riding. But you happen to glance over and you can see Sarah, very wounded, trying to limp her way to some sort of cover on the other side of town somewhere.
Okay. If the Reverend... He'd do it anyway. Yeah, that wouldn't even be a... Yeah, so he's
I
gonna...
was gonna say, now's your chance to get rid of me.
No.
He's not gonna do that. He's gonna see if he can make his way over to also pick her up, especially if he can like do that without being like obvious to anybody that's trying to pursue.
Okay. It doesn't look like anybody is pursuing you at this point, because remember, you had that distraction, and then you've had the buildings in your way. So thankfully you've had some relative cover. The only two people you see look like they're probably from that posse, but they're arguing amongst each other pretty heavily for some unknown reason.
All right, that's the time.
So
then,
they are clearly distracted by something, and they're not looking out at you. And they're even at some points when they're arguing, like pointing over at a water trough.
Nice. They're really concerned about the water quality for horses. I'm glad to see it.
Probably, yeah.
Great.
It's a little rusty.
How dare they? So So
if you're
he's
going to
go
do
ahead
that,
and try to.
so you've got 1 die to roll to try and hold out your hand and pick her up.
Okay.
So Brittany, out of nowhere, a very wounded Reverend, barely holding onto the horse, comes riding up, almost over you at this point, holding out his wounded hand.
And let's see, is this difficulty 6?
Oh, we lost Abby.
I was gonna
Oh,
ask, did everyone lose Abby?
I lost her, yeah.
Yep.
I was going to
same
ask. Okay. Is there a way that I can do this without pulling him down over me?
Only if you do it yourself.
You do have potence, so you might be
Yeah.
able to do that.
You know what? I'll try, and I'll spend a will this time.
For an auto success?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would that be strength and
Careful, someone's
athletics?
breathing into their mic.
That's strength and athletics.
Yes. You're going to add your potence, though. Go, 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 go.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 7.
Oh wait, I don't add the will for the auto, right? That's just a auto. Right?
Right.
Okay, what's the card look like?
Your second. Well, considering you rolled before it changed, because it changed 2 seconds ago. You still had an 8 of diamonds, so you have a
Okay.
total of 1 success.
So then
plus
2
the willpower,
successes.
2 successes. So she ignores your hand and kind of just grabs a hold of the saddle and jerks herself up with her own groan. As you can tell that she is probably almost as hurt as you are.
Right.
And she's very wet, which is kind of disgusting, but you're not too concerned with that.
All aboard, my lady.
And you start trying to ride away.
She's gonna like pat him on the shoulder very gingerly.
Okay, so that leaves us at the only one left in town. Evelyn.
Evelyn,
You are in
All
you are in the
right.
backyard. This house is burning down around you.
that's cool because you know what? Let me ask you. The shooters and stuff, they're distracted by people that are sort of trickling out, trying to run and stuff.
It's hard to say. You can't see.
I'll be right back.
You are
Is there
in
too much
essence,
smoke and stuff
you
around?
are in essence blind to what's going on because you have the house which is on fire, so that's obscuring anything that you could see from the front.
Okay.
And then
that's
the
perfect.
back is the backyard. So you do know that there were some people firing, presumably at Betty as she hopped the
As she
fence
ran.
and ran.
Cool. I am. So I'm. The flames that are coming off of the house, are they pretty much just engulfing the entire place at this point?
Oh yes.
Okay, so that's cool. I am going to use ashes to ashes, and I'm just going to turn into a pile of ash.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna
spend your blood
put
point?
myself like long ways against the wall or something. I don't care. Like I'm gonna blend in
Okay.
or whatever
so
I need to.
spend a blood point then.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
So
and
keep that in mind. So you turn to ash.
Yep. Basically, it's a transform into a powder that
Yep.
looks like a whatever. So, and I am immune to fire, all of that stuff.
Yep.
Let me pull it back up here so everybody else knows.
You just can't move.
Nice.
I can't move. I know have a limited awareness of everything that's within 5 steps. I'm immune to any sort of physical damage, fire, and sunlight. So
Awesome.
Nice.
I am one with my surroundings of a burning building, and I'm going to stay
Smart.
like that.
So in an instant, you're just
Mhm.
not there, and you are ash on the ground.
Yep.
Okay, so at this point, everybody
Like-
has successfully made it away from the town. So my question here is, where are you going? And we'll start with the exception of Evelyn. We know where she's at. So we'll start with Adelaide. Where are you riding to?
Now, since I was going in the direction of the Reverend, would she see him in
Nope.
surfing? Nope.
They were at the other end of town by that point.
Okay. Then she's just going to continue to head for the woods.
So you're gonna hit the road at this point and continue traveling.
Well,
south?
she was going towards where the Reverend was, so she would have. She
Reverend-
passed those guys.
The Reverend was at the south end of town, so that means since you're on the stagecoach, you're taking the road out of town, unless you're hopping off and
No, I'm taking the. Yeah, she's getting out of town.
so where are you heading then?
Let me bring up the map again. I accidentally closed it. So
The
hold
the
on.
map isn't going to give you anything as far as like beyond Ashland itself. It's just all countryside, a little bit of trees here or there. You could ride it up to Terrence Hill if you wanted to.
I think that I'll go to Terrence Hill, towards the mountain, towards their master.
Okay, so that's where you're hightailing it up there then.
Mm-hmm.
So Betty, you're on foot, but you are attempting to make your way to Terrence Hill, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's
Do
what
I happen to run into her? Is there any way I can pick her up?
we'll say maybe you guys did get off at different points and you are heading at a much quicker pace. But I'll definitely give you a roll for that. I need to change the card. Ooh, lucky dog. It is a 6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds. Nice.
So that was a little bit of luck. To spot Betty, however, it's going to be a difficulty 8. So it does not count as success, but a little bit of luck.
Okay, so alertness and perception.
Yes, difficulty 8.
So I'm missing 2, so it'd be 3. I'm going to burn another willpower because I got it.
Make sure you're marking it off.
I am. So that would be 4. And you said 7?
Said 8.
Oh, 8. Sorry. So 2, including the card. Oh, and 3 because I got
Nope.
my willpower.
The card doesn't count. The card is a 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, so 2 with the willpower.
So 2. Okay. All right. So at Betty didn't see you, but you ended up seeing her at one point, and circled back around. So Betty, you eventually do see a wounded Adelaide who apparently has taken the Wells Fargo stagecoach, and has brought it back around to you at some point. So are the two of you going to go to Terrence Hill?
Yeah. They're heading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She don't have a choice. I'm driving.
That's fine. She can not go on if that was the case, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would make more sense to go covertly so we don't leave an obvious trail to our master's lair.
Well, we can ditch it at the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel's over there on mute doing "Baby Don't
I know.
Hurt Me." She's like, "What is
No.
Baby
No.
Don't Hurt Me."
Don't lead him to our
We
master.
can unhitch the horses.
I'm not there. I'm Ash.
You want to unhitch the horses?
We'll be riding bareback.
Yeah.
Can you ride bareback?
If you can ride a horse, you can pretty much ride bareback.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I rode bareback quite a bit.
I suppose that depends on your background.
I mean, these people are used to riding horses, so
Yeah. Bareback.
probably
Okay.
probably not a problem.
All right,
It's
we'll
your
try
call,
and ride
Jerome.
bareback.
So you're gonna undo the spend time to unhitch the horses, and okay.
We're just gonna quickly unhitch 2 of the horses, ditch the stagecoach, and take off.
Okay. Then the Reverend and the Madam. As you both are thoroughly exhausted at this point and in desperate need of medical care, why don't the two of you give me stamina checks, difficulty 8.
Just straight stamina.
Straight stamina.
Will the injury modifier still keep the
Oh yeah.
yeah? Okay. All right.
I wish I had enough for another reroll.
Yeah, I don't have any dice pool.
You will
It's always
you'll
at least
always
one.
have one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
no
why
matter
I've
what.
only been having one.
Okay. Oh, I see. Difficulty 8?
Difficulty 8. Eat.
Nope.
No, and a botch for me.
Ooh. Well, he gets one from the card, right?
Nope.
No, because it's 8.
Oh.
But it's good luck.
It is.
if you can call that good luck.
Yeah.
So we have another sound for that.
Should I use my
Failure.
reroll?
Wah.
I will. It's actually too late at this point. You should never ask. You should either just use it if you've got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so when the both of you come back around, well, I should say when Sarah, when you first come back around, you are sprawled out on a bed, and you can feel parts of your body bound by, like cloth and linens and whatnot.
I've been tended.
Yes.
Oh, my. This is much better than the way that I fell asleep.
And when you're looking around, you're in somebody's house at this point.
Have I been here before?
You have not.
Okay. Do I see anyone?
You actually see a child standing at the doorway. It's kind of like looking at you, like, keeping an eye on you. And when the little boy like sees you start to stir, he goes, and he goes running off real quick.
Oh, do I recognize the child?
No.
Okay. I'm going to hold my action.
Okay. So, without wasting too much more time, this is the person's home, the widow. You're in her ranch home because
Oh.
you got wet, and she was to expect.
Oh, how interesting.
She was to expect. So when that happened, and she spotted the two of you on the trail, she knew she had to take you both in. Because
Oh my goodness.
you predicted it. She just didn't know it was going to be you. And so she comes.
Neither did Madame Serafina.
Right.
She's that good.
So she, so when the boy runs off, she comes, running around the corner real quick, and she puts her hand to your forehead to make sure that you don't have a fever or anything, and double checking your wound. She tells you that for some reason you were riding with the Reverend, but she didn't question it because you had told her that she was to encounter somebody who was going to be wet, and they would be important in her life somehow. So she made sure that the both of you were okay. The Reverend, as she said, was still asleep, but his wounds were more severe than yours. But you've actually been resting there for about it's been about 2 days at this point.
I will thank her profusely for her generosity.
So you can heal 2 points of damage. Both of you can. And Dale, of course, would eventually be coming around. Adelaide and Betty, you two of you made it up to Terrence. Terrence Hill, I should say.
And I got my willpower back.
Yes, at this point you get your willpower back. The posse did make their way up to. They did end up making their way up to Terrence Hill. You guys dipped into the cave and like hid or whatnot, or as best you could without being seen, and were not actually captured. Evelyn, when nightfall happened and the ruckus calmed down or whatnot, you were eventually able to reform.
Yeah, and I would immediately cast or done shadow play on herself.
Mm-hmm. To help hide her.
To keep hiding, and she would eventually make her way to Terrence Hill as well.
Okay. So then here's where we're at in the story. So the party is obviously split. You're not certain where everybody is at. The three of you in Terrence Hill have a choice to make. Let me get my notes pulled up here real fast. So, what the three of you have found out is that the posse of law enforcement that have come to town have actually set up their base camp at a ranch just outside of Ashland Mills. So they are using this as a base of operations and are clearly on the hunt for you guys. You can either attempt to take the fight to them and take them out, or you can run. You don't know what happened to Sarah or the Reverend at this point.
So
Well,
it's
since they didn't show up at Terrence Hills, my character would pretty much consider them dead.
I would assume the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 3 against all of them. I think mine would also run.
I think we're outnumbered and we gotta leave.
Yep.
Make ourselves scarce.
So I'll leave that up to you guys just here in a second. Sarah and the Reverend Turner, you guys would be told by your host that obviously that posse is still around. They're fairly certain that the gang that you're a part of is still around here, and they're trying to make sure that they've got everybody. As they didn't get any of the individuals they attempted to come to town for, with the exception of Colton Cassidy and Theodore Gold. They're posting up wanted ads all over the place looking for you two. So she's worried if she continues to house you, that somebody's going to eventually see and they're going to come up here and likely take you by force. She has heard of this ranch house that they are holding up at. So you can either so basically what it comes down to is you could attempt to take the fight to them, you could try and find the others if you think that they're around, or you could run.
So
And
the
now-
Reverend looks to Sarah and he's all, well, we're both still the worse for wear, even though we've been tended to. I'm not sure I could exactly take on an entire posse by myself. I don't know about you, your skills. But
I think we would be hard pressed to succeed. Do you think any of the others made it?
well, if it sounds like they haven't caught any of the others they're looking for except Cassidy and the professor, and maybe they did. Do you think perhaps they were headed towards the mountain? As he's like
That's
looking at the host, making sure not to say the wrong word.
where I would go.
Perhaps we should make our way there, see if we can find them, or find our benefactor and ask for his help or advice.
I agree. Do you feel up for traveling?
No matter how I feel, I think the time is now. We can't stay here and put your friend at any more risk than she's put herself in. And ma'am, thank you so much for what you've done for us. You don't know how grateful I am.
She shakes her head. She says, well, Madam Serafina predicted this would happen, so I obliged. I'm happy to help.
Oh. Well. What do you predict for us headed towards the mountain, Madam Serafina?
Unfortunately, I was forced to leave behind my crystal ball in the fight.
Well, then let's make our own destiny, shall we?
Okay, so I will give you one opportunity to attempt to make it to the folks at Terrence Hill.
Okay.
First of all, who is going to be the lead on the writing? Should probably be the person with the least amount of injuries.
I can.
Okay, so you're going to need to give me a dexterity and ride check.
What's difficulty? 6.
Difficulty 6.
1 success.
Okay. So
I'm going to re-roll.
But there is one from the card as well.
And you
there
can
is, yes.
burn a willpower.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to burn a
There-
willpower too.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead and re-roll that then.
Uh, okay, 2 successes then.
All right.
No.
So not a whole lot better. Anyways, so what I was going to say, you'll also need to tell me how you're going to navigate there. If you are attempting to do this as quietly as possible, and out of the way from where you believe the posse is looking, you're going to need to give me an intelligence and survival check. Difficulty 7.
Am I rolling that?
Either one of you could roll it. Whoever might have
Yeah.
the higher die pool.
Right.
Yeah.
With my injuries, my die pool would be 2 on that.
Mine would also be 2.
Okay. Well, you rolled one. I can roll the other one.
Okay, see if the dice gods like you any better.
Yeah,
Okay.
here we go. Sorry, what was the difficulty again?
7.
7. Here we go. Let's see, 2
They like you
successes.
better. 2.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So with a little bit of luck, although you didn't get success from the card.
Right.
So you're able to circumnavigate Ashland Mills by going along old, like sheep herding trails and whatnot, and washes where rainwater has come down the mountainside, keeping off the road as best as possible. And before you leave that day, or whenever before the three of you end up leaving, at the end of that second day, you're coming up early in the morning. The two of you or the three of you are reunited with Sarah and the Reverend Turner.
Oh, she'd be so elated. She's going to hug them both.
She'll, uh,
I thought for sure you
Accept it.
both were in the ground.
we almost were.
Thank the heavens that you're both safe.
So thankfully you're able to get all back together. And so let me pose this question one more time and I'll explain the ramifications here. So your options here are, now that you've regrouped, is to attempt to take the fight to the posse and wipe them out to get them off your trail, or run.
Is there benefactor available to them?
No, he is not.
Rude.
Very, very rude.
In our moment of need.
Careful if someone's messing with the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm fidgeting.
With you two still damaged, and I'm somewhat wounded myself, I'm still for us running. We could head back east. I have family back there.
Part of me doesn't want to be gone that long from the master.
Well, do you think that we could fool the posse into thinking that we headed east?
Do we know how many are left?
I I don't. And I'm not even too sure how many were killed. I think there was at least a dozen when we left.
I only shot one man.
But did you kill him?
No.
Then I'd say he's
I will
gunning for
say
you.
this. I will say this out of character. If you attempt to run, I mean, obviously, they're gonna eventually they're gonna pursue you still. So that could
Right.
still potentially be an issue.
Am I with them or no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I
You're
am.
with them.
Yeah, we're all together.
Um,
We could
or
throw a
you could,
ruse.
or you could attempt. You could. I mean, if you attempt to just flee east, you can. Or you could attempt to flee to some place like Salem, and attempt to hide underneath the town.
I don't think we should run. I think that we should take them out and use what our master gave us against them.
So you
We're only
don't think
delaying the inevitable.
you don't think tricking them to thinking that we fled east
No.
would work?
What's the point?
They'd be looking for us in the wrong direction.
Mm-mm. We know that they're holding themselves. We know that they are holding themselves up at which ranch, like X ranch or X location.
Yeah, you were given a specific name, but you guys know where it's at. It's a ranch on the eastern side of Ashland.
Well,
So
perhaps maybe we should scout it and just to see what the numbers are.
I agree, and I would absolutely love to find out who's left and give them a taste of their own medicine. She
You
says
mean-
it's like looking very dark. You guys, Evelyn, she has bags under her eyes. Her hair is a little bit unkempt. She's very pale, and she looks a bit not inhumane, but just not a blush of health type of deal.
Well, whatever we do, going to have to do it soon. We might want to use the cover of darkness if we could. That way
Yes.
it's going to be easier for us and harder for them.
I agree.
I should be able to slip under the cover of darkness to
Well,
get a bit closer and see how many we're possibly dealing with at this point.
I can actually get closer in my animal form.
Oh. So
Yeah,
you
an
can
animal
and I
form?
turn into an
and
animal like the bear. Okay.
And I can well, I don't know what he has. I can only turn into a wolf so far.
Remarkable.
But
You don't think that they would find that suspicious? Wolf or what about a coyote?
no, like a wolf. I mean, they're around.
You can shape change into a bat as well.
Yes,
Maybe not something so. I mean, frankly, I feel like they would shoot at something that they saw crawling on the ground.
well, I can also go in as a bat. I mean, who's going to shoot at a bat?
Fair
I
point.
mean,
And I
That's
can
true.
see in the dark as well.
You can find your way.
have you encountered many bats? I sure haven't.
Well, I usually don't stay out that late at night, but they are nocturnal.
Well,
I think it's a better option than a wolf. They'll shoot a
I can
wolf on
I
sight.
would
Well-
agree.
I can fly around and see how many are actually around.
All right.
That sounds like a good option.
So let's get close enough, but not too
I-
close to where we are seen, and I will fly in.
I think if there's more than
I'll
20, we
accompany
need to
you.
divide.
as close as
And-
I can. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think there's more than 20. I don't think we can take on 20.
20
No.
in that posse?
Well, there was at least
We
a
don't know
dozen
how
that
many there were.
I saw at least a
Suppose
dozen
it's-
when I ran by them in town.
I
Wait,
suppose
you
it's
guys know how to
possible
count,
they
right?
could have gotten reinforcements.
Like,
Well,
for real question.
I think
only
we
s-
I
need
know
to
how to
actually
count.
I only saw
go
the
and
two.
we need to go and count them now. They could have gathered more reinforcements. There could have been more than what we saw. We were all apparently trying to run. So I think we need to find that out first. Once
I
we
agree.
do, see what we can do. If they all would stay within that ranch house, if that's where they're at, perhaps something could happen to the house while they're in it.
Perhaps maybe we can rain brimstone and fire down upon them.
I can handle lightning, but it needs to be close.
Could we possibly get one of them things that lit the Ashland house on fire?
Oh, I
Well-
saw them throw something in. It was a bottle that it seemed to have some kind of liquid in it. They
Well,
threw it into the
kerosene.
doctor's office.
Kerosene in a bottle?
I mean, or liquor is extremely flammable too. I've heard.
Well,
That
I'm
could
sure.
do it.
Well, we know that they're all at the ranch. Do we know all of them are there, or is there a specific? Do we know who's leading that?
She's gonna look at
It
the
was
two
the
that told
U.S.
them.
Marshal.
Yeah, she's gonna look at the Reverend and Sarah, since they're the only ones that have the most information.
I heard them say the Marshals, along with support of the Pinkertons. Who are the Pinkertons?
They get to act along with the marshals, if I've heard correctly.
Why? What gives them that right?
They would have heard about the Pinkertons because Billy the Kid and everything
They're
by this
sort
time,
of
would they
a
not?
hired
I don't
police
know.
force.
Yeah, the Pinkertons are are
They're an
are
intelligence
fairly
agency.
well known as,
Yeah.
Oh,
as a
okay.
detective
Sorry, I was.
agency.
I didn't realize.
Because I think everyone's heard of the Pinkertons.
Well, out of
In-
character, I forgot.
In this
Sorry.
area.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, the Pinkertons
Yes.
are kind of scary.
If you ask me, they're hardly better than the criminal element themselves.
So it would benefit us to lighten their load a little bit and get them off our case. Okay.
I agree with the Reverend. We get intelligence and we make a plan.
So let's go in.
Alright. Well then,
All right. Well, you're gonna go in then with your apparently bat form to sort of scout ahead. I can also get a little bit closer and hide under the shadows to maybe see the area if you want the company.
We can't
You're
hear
muted.
you.
You're muted.
That is just fine with me.
Well, I will be on foot, but I will be hidden. And okay.
So who's
So-
going to scout?
So me and
Okay.
Adelaide.
So
Adelaide.
So I'm going to spend a.
you're going to wait till darkness. You're going to go
Yes.
scout as Bat and
And shadow play
Shadow,
on
essentially.
myself. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a little lie down.
Yes.
yeah, same here.
I will stand guard.
There you go.
Our hero.
Would I have? Okay, I am curious. Would I have noticed that those two took significant damage?
Oh yeah. They're
Um.
like all kind of bandaged up.
So before I leave, would I potentially have an opportunity to roll medicine to try and bandage them up a little bit to help them heal?
They've been bandaged at this point. So
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
any attempt to do so short of a supernatural power isn't going to get any more.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't have that. So
Okay,
I'll just
so-
double check and make sure that they're good and then just
Yep.
leave.
No, it's fine. I just need to make sure I keep the pace here so that way we can wrap up soon. Oh, look at this!
Oh,
You
dang.
guys are getting all kinds of lucky.
Oh, nice.
Ace of Hearts.
Yep.
Well, we
Ace
need
of
that.
Hearts.
Woohoo.
What does that mean?
Okay.
Means
Counts as a 10.
counts as a
of
10
red.
and a little bit of
It-
good
Oh,
luck.
so it explodes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
But we
2.
get
No,
yeah,
it
we
only
get
counts as
success.
one.
Nope,
Only
as
counts
one, but we get good luck with it because it's a
Oh,
heart.
okay.
Red.
Cool.
Yes. So, you guys go and scout. Why don't you both give me perception and alertness checks?
Okay.
Perception and alertness. Cool. Would our willpower have refreshed? Or
It would
no?
have, yes. I would not
So
advise.
we had 2 days. We had 2 days to
I'm
heal.
not burning a willpower for that.
Okay, so what I was going to say is that your dice pool is going to combine for this. So however many dice you end up getting, your
Okay,
successes
so-
basically add to the same roll.
So we had 2 nights to heal, right? So that would
That
have
is correct.
been
One
a point of
apiece.
damage. Okay, so I'm
Wow. Woohoo.
7, because my 10s explode on
Okay.
this. Plus the
card.
card, so 8.
okay. Let me roll. And
2,
what
4,
was
5, 6, 7, 8.
it was just 6. Okay. So 3, 4. So 4.
Second.
Sorry, I keep yawning. It's starting to get late here.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oops.
When do
Didn't
you
mean to do that.
when do your clocks change?
Monday.
First week of November.
I thought it was this weekend. Maybe I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'll ask my electronic boyfriend over here.
Hey, Alexa.
Yeah.
It's November 5th.
Oh, so next weekend then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
Pretty
he
Not
soon
says
the
we'll be all at the same
29th,
time.
but 5th. Okay, cool.
And then Shelly will just be early.
yeah, I'll be an hour behind you guys.
Something like that.
Or yeah. I get confused enough now when the games are. Now I gotta add and subtract.
Okay, so I'll have to deal with that later, I guess. All right. Okay, so back in game. So what did you end up getting for your roll, Adelaide?
5.
Okay, so we got.
I think.
And
No,
8.
sorry, 4. 4.
Sorry, 7 on mine.
So we got 6 for no. Rachel, what do you have for perception?
7.
No, for your perception stat.
Oh, my perception stat is 4.
Okay, so they explode. All right, so
Yes.
5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, plus 1 for the card is 11, with a little bit of good luck. So here's what ends up happening.
See everything.
As you have managed to find this ranch, I'm just trying to get through this a little bit so we're not lagged for too much more time, because we're going to have to call it soon, and I'm going to have to deal with this cinematically depending upon how you guys come up with your game plan. I am posting into the Dark West chat a picture of what the ranch looks like. So you have a picture of what it, to work with. In total, you have managed to count about 20 people here. Given the horses and whatnot. Any given time, there's a couple people walking around, kind of keeping an eye out. But otherwise, it looks like most of them are staying in the primary ranch house.
Burn it to the ground.
There is an open approach from all directions because it's on farmland. Man, I wish I would keep you the. Anyways, So also, like I said, you see the horses, you see the most of the individuals. You've got a picture of what the place looks like. So any way you come, any way you approach, you're going to be in the open. It doesn't mean it's impossible to get there, but it just means it's going to be, wide open getting up. Obviously, there is a barn there, so there are some places you could, if you got closer, you could potentially hide or retaliate from, depending upon what's going on. There are some animals outside of the horses that are nearby, but they're all like foul and whatnot. There's nothing big like pigs or anything of that nature.
Okay.
So knowing what we know, do we still want to go in?
So we know that there's about 20. Do we know who the leader is? Are we able to spot?
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's essentially who it is.
Okay.
He spends most of the time on the inside because he's also on the mend. He took a shot to the shoulder.
Oh, he's also on the mend. Okay.
That's the guy I shot.
That's right.
Hmm.
Well, we can catch the barn on fire. Cause a distraction.
And that would cause them to run.
And we pick them off as they come out.
I can do the most damage in very close quarters, but I would need to touch individually.
Oh, you mean touch the person?
Yes. If I can get in somewhere where there are going to be several of them, that would be
Mhm.
Well, they would all go running for the
ideal.
barn if it's on fire.
Well, okay. Is there any way we can trap them in the barn and just light them all on fire?
Well, if we get all the horses all willy-nilly, they will run to go and see what's going on with the horses. And
Well,
a
how
scent of a
many
wolf
though
would
would
do
go?
that.
But
Not
then
all
that
20
wouldn't-
of them.
Yeah,
Not all
all
20 of them.
That wouldn't get them into the barn. They see the horses are all running out of the barn.
Well, we
So how
wouldn't let
many
the
do you think we
horses
can
run
get
out of the
into one
barn.
space then? I mean, I feel like that might be our best way of taking out a good chunk of them out.
Well, right now they're all in the house except for the few that
Oh.
are
So
on
then,
lookout.
you said they're all in the house. So maybe we can lock them in and set it ablaze, like they did to us in the house.
Did
I
any people get out of the Ashland house after they torched it?
I don't know. I didn't stick around to find out.
Neither
No.
did I.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, then.
Anyone who was upstairs probably did not make it.
So, are we? Sorry, go ahead.
I could I could shoot lightning into a doorknob.
Do you think that would spark a fire though? I'm just.
But anyone who touched it.
Oh, that's true. They wouldn't be able to get out. So perhaps there's a way that we could trap the majority of them in there.
Do we have whiskey? I know we have kerosene here, but do we have some whiskey?
Check my character sheets. If I
Yeah, there's not. You
I
guys
mean,
don't have
whiskey is
anything
not
like
hard.
that in the cave.
okay.
But there would be kerosene for the lamps.
They're in the lamps themselves. Yes.
So we take the kerosene lamps with us, we light it, and we throw it through the windows like they did us.
We need to lock the doors first so they can't get out.
Well, if you hit it with the lightning, they can't get out.
I could just stand there and
that doesn't
hold the
lock
doorknob.
the door, though. I mean,
I could
It'll-
just stand
would
there
it-
and hold the doorknob.
Would it not
Okay.
electrocute them like lightning would?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's going to
Okay.
cover the back? Because she would have seen a back entrance, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely
Somebody's
a
going to
back
have to
entrance there.
cover the back. We need to put our best shooter back there.
That
They'll
would
try
be
or-
to come
or
out
lock
any
it.
way they can. If
That's
they
right.
have to break through a
Windows.
window and jump out, they're going to do that if
I
the
could
house is
see them doing
ablaze.
that.
I
So
could
we
see
would
them
have to
doing
cover
that.
every single spot, and if they come
Well-
out, we stop them.
Somebody, we could put our best shooter on the door because more are going to go out the door.
Well, we should lay a trap for them at the door if they're going to try to funnel out. So I will put the. And she just sort of waves her arms, and a little bit of tentacles come out. I will distract them, and she'll pull out a tentacle to show it off.
Mighty
Rachel,
impressive.
Rachel, keep in mind
Definitely.
you have Shroud of Night.
Okay, I'm not.
It's a globe of
Okay.
darkness, physical globe of darkness that
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's
God,
right. Sorry,
I
that
forgot.
love that. I love
suffocates
that discipline.
That's right. I also can darken the area that they're in. I one of the abilities that I was lucky enough to learn was the ability to create a shroud of darkness
So you
around.
could darken the entire house.
I don't know about the entire house, but a certain circumference of it.
Well, what
cover
if
the
we
main
were?
exits and entrances.
Well, yeah, I was going to say because if they can't see to get out, they can't get out. And we
Well,
brought
I mean,
'em
they'll
down.
fumble around in the dark. But yes, they could still get out technically, but it would be a lot harder.
Confusion can cause its own concerns.
they also
that's
can't
true.
breathe in it.
I was actually going to ask you about that because I also read that. Okay, so if they can't breathe in it, does it also extinguish fires if there's no oxygen?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
if the fire is in there. Otherwise, it can. Otherwise, essentially, it can burn. It can help burn it away.
okay. So, yeah, so I do have the ability to create a shroud of darkness around them, or around any space in general. So I could potentially hide where they're trying to get out of.
So maybe you take one door and I'll take the other door.
Yeah, I could do that.
And
What else
then
do we have?
we throw the kerosene through the windows and burn them down.
We'll have to lock the doors though. Just generally speaking.
And someone
We'll
could
have to
cover the
barricade
windows
the
with
doors.
with
They'll be
That's
able
right.
to unlock them from the inside if they're trying to leave. So,
Right.
is there anything there we can block the doors with?
Well, they won't be able to open the door that Miss Seraphine is at because she's going to be charging it with lightning. It's going to electrocute them.
That's right.
Does she want to stand there while the entire place goes ablaze as well?
That's the only way I know how to do it.
No, you have a lightning bolt now.
I really
And-
want to use level 5, which is touch.
Just letting you guys know. And we are almost out of time for planning, so I need you guys to come up with something.
Okay, so Seraphine at the front door, Evelyn at the back, the rest of us throwing in the kerosene and taking out anybody who comes out of the building,
Sure.
and the lookouts.
So we
Right,
stealth up, magic the place, start to burn it, cover our backs.
Sounds
Kill
like
any
a plan.
stragglers.
Yes.
Watch the windows for those trying to get out that way.
Hopefully they won't be able to see the windows. All right. I say we have ourselves a plan. We
Okay.
should head out.
So then here's how we're going to do this, because I'm not gonna. We don't have the time, and I of course didn't anticipate going
Sorry.
through it. No,
I
it's
had a
fine.
feeling it was going to go fourth.
Yeah, I knew one of the scenes was going to go long for a fight, just because that's what ends up happening. I'm not going to go two, because that would take us into like a fifth hour at this point, and I don't want to do that. So to resolve it, what I need you to do is, since you're planning, to set it up initially, for your planning, everybody give me one roll of intelligence and either survival or larceny, whichever one is better for you.
Survival or larceny?
Intelligence?
Intelligence, yes.
With a difficulty of 6.
Difficulty 6.
Mm,
Can we use a willpower?
No, you may not.
Okay.
You do have
Okay.
an ace of hearts.
Penalties still affect.
I'm sorry, survival and what?
It's going to
Survival
be
and
okay.
intelligence.
So, guys. So it's going to be survival, and it's going to be it's going to be intelligence, and it's either going to be survival or larceny. Difficulty 6. You have the ace of hearts showing, so that means you have one success already, with a little bit of luck. So just keep that in mind. Each one of you has one success.
3.
Okay, cool. And then there was another question.
The wound
health
penalties.
So
Still
wound
are
penalties. You're still at. So this would have been one more day, so you would have healed one more.
Okay, cool. All right. It's only one. Then.
One success.
Okay.
Dose.
Thank you for that card.
0. Thank you for the card.
So you have one success as well.
You have one success.
She.
So that's
So 2 successes with the card.
okay. So 2, 4, 5, 6. What did Rachel get?
3.
So 6, 9. Okay. So planning kind of, you guys got a decent enough plan. It's the approach that is going to be the killer here. So now give me dexterity and stealth checks.
Woohoo.
Celerity will add to this if you have it.
Dexterity and stealth.
And if you, Evelyn, if you're using your,
I am.
yeah, it adds to your stealth.
Okay. I'm sorry. How many does it add? 6.
Hang on.
And is it normal difficulty?
Yes. Dang it. Gotta get the other way.
Nice.
Here we are. Shadow play adds an extra die for your stealth.
Okay. I'm at 7.
Oh, and we get the card too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I can't see hands, so just let me know what you guys have got.
3 successes here.
So 3,
4.
4.
4.
2, 4,
11.
5 with the card.
Okay. Did you say 11?
7.
Oh, 7.
Just like, ooh, that's the most I've seen in a long time.
I was like, good lord.
Yeah.
It's like my dice pool's only 10. I couldn't get 11.
Well, with the card
You could with
Yeah,
the
there
card.
you go.
or tens.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the planning wasn't quite. I mean, you came up with a solid enough plan. The setting everybody up wasn't quite as good as you had hoped. The getting up close to it, however, worked just fine. As far as getting everybody up without being seen. So positioning, you guys aren't so great on. Getting the jump on them, you are. Give me a second here. Let me make some opposing rolls. And then we're going to see just how much damage everybody ends up taking. It could take some people out. All right. They do not see your approach. So you get the upper hand. The sentries are taken out, no problem.
Pew pew.
Oh, no pew pews. Knife. You don't want a pew pew right away. That would give away your position.
True.
So stabby, shanky, shank. So they are down. So then, okay. So here's what ends up happening. You guys have gotten some bottles with kerosene, getting ready to lob them. You end up, timing wise, it doesn't work out quite the way you had hoped. You throw the bottles in first, lighting the place on fire, which puts Madame Serafina in a position where she's got to run up to the door because she wasn't quite ready, and Evelyn to put up the Shroud of Night on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little delayed, which that didn't work in your favor. Some gunshots have come out. Of course, they're freaking out because they haven't seen any of this. And let's see, damage-wise, what happens to whom?
Well, I am definitely using my tenebration and shadow play and all that good stuff.
Right. I'm already considering the fact that you guys are being as optimum as possible.
Okay.
Okay. Nope. Here we go. And starting with Brittany. That'll help. So Brittany, you end up taking 2 more additional lethal damage throughout the fight, as they have tried to break down the door. You are still attempting to stay right near the door and shock the doorknob, right? Okay. So what you didn't account for is the fact that the iron that is used for like doorknobs and latches at this point was not meant to hold up to lightning strength energy.
Ooh.
Oh, well. I thought you were going to say it's like not conductive metal.
Oh no, it totally is.
I was going to be like,
So you took 2 more points of damage through that initial fight. I'll get to you in a second. Evelyn. So somebody ended up. You got 3 points of damage off that one. Somebody figured out that you may have had something to do with it, because you were focused on it a lot. So somebody got up to the roof and started firing before somebody could get at him. Get him taken down, or the fire and chased him off. Reverend. Ooh, you lucky dog. So you took 2 more. Got a 1 on that one. So you took 2 more from the gunfire. You were up close, so you ended up eating buckshot from shotgun. Like right after you lobbed in, one of the things, and it caught you in the other arm, and so you're like, I mean, at this point, you're looking like a character from Sin City, right? With the damage that you've been repetitively taking. Betty. Betty, you also took 3. Someone likely ended up also getting up on top, because you were way too skilled at picking them off as they tried to approach, like nearby windows. So somebody ended up getting a better view a couple times, peppering you for 3. We'll see if this goes on for another couple rounds. Then Adelaide, only 2. Kind of a similar situation. You left yourself exposed when you're trying to lob in, another kerosene weapon to light the thing up, and somebody happened to be at the window, so they, plugged you.
And this is all lethal?
This is all lethal.
Okay.
If you have fortitude, however, you can attempt to test down. So anybody here have fortitude?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll it.
Just straight, right?
Yeah, just straight fortitude. Fortitude.
1.
Okay, so then you only take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Oh, wrong. I gotta do the space.
Yep, exactly.
Mumtu.
1.
Okay, so you only take 2 points of damage instead of 3.
Woohoo!
All right, and let us see. Tell you what, we will let fate decide. Get a card, shuffle it up some more, and if it is red, there's a 50-50 chance. If it is red,
If it's black,
you
we all
finish.
die.
If it's red, you finish. You manage to finish the job with lightning efficiency. If it is a black
Oh, boy.
suit, or if it's a black suit, it didn't go quite as well, and there's going to be another round of potential damage. Ready?
Come on, red.
Yep,
Come
here
on,
we go.
dang.
come on, red. Red, 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 red. Oh,
Yeah!
Whoa!
Woo!
All right. So, lucky dog. So you managed to, despite the fact you're taking obviously some nasty damage across the board, you managed to put them down right proper. There's only one more roll to resolve because the plan
Take that,
didn't
Pinkerton.
go as smooth as you would like. So this is just kind of the hazard of doing business in essence. All right.
For a little flavor, she is using her obtenebration tentacles to just throw people around.
So you're going to
Yeah.
spend the extra blood for it?
Yes.
Okay, take another point of damage.
Okay.
They would
Yeah,
obviously
I was
be-
like, oh, I could try something. Nope, I don't. Nope, I need that.
Yeah, you're like, nope,
Yeah.
nope. I need that. I need that damage. Okay,
I need
so
that to live.
I don't know why I take damage.
because
that,
you're spending your life's blood to power it.
Yeah, because we only have like one blood
Yep.
of ours to use, and then more it starts hurting us.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're ghouls. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're a ghoul.
Yeah.
You're not an actual
all right.
vampire.
Right.
All right. That's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
Which that was actually kind of a cool rule they came out with in B20 when the Ghouls and Revenant books. They didn't really have that in the previous editions.
Nice.
And so older ghouls can actually generate like an additional blood point because their body has adapted to it. So like if you've been old enough for a certain amount of time, you have, instead of the 1, you have 2, or you have instead of 2 you have 3.
How old do you have to be to
I think honestly, I think you have to be like
at the length of time that you've been a
I
ghoul?
think you have to be like 500 years old or something. It's like it's pretty.
Okay,
insane.
never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so the fighting ended in utter disaster for the ranch. Thankfully, you didn't the fallout of everything happening. You didn't get caught up in because, as you can tell by the picture, there's enough spacing that you guys didn't like fall, with beams of burning wood or lumber, or get stampede because of the horses come running in, and livestock running about and whatnot, or any firearms that may have accidentally discharged because of the heat and struck one of you. However, it's taking you extra time to get out because your horses, because of the chaos, have fled, into the wilderness. So beyond that, that's all that really has happened. That was detrimental. So at this point, when you get back, you have managed to, with reasonable certainty, put an end to the posse. Give me before we wrap this up, Evelyn, give me a nursing check. So give me an intelligence and medicine. Difficulty 7.
Intelligence, medicine. Okay. 7. 2, 3. So 2 technically, but 3 with the card.
3 with the card.
Since I have medicine as well, do you want me to roll?
No, I just needed her.
Okay.
We're good. Okay, so she's able to get everybody patched up. You don't bleed out on the trail or anything nasty or whatnot. In wrapping this up, however, you know now that this has happened, you can't return to Ashland Mills. There's going to be enough people that know your faces and know what has happened through the chaos of the fighting and the abruptness, that if you return, they'll be able to identify you,
Okay.
and another posse could form.
Would there be an opportunity to go back and collect our things?
Or personal items.
Well, since we were living in the house, it's
If you were so those of you who were staying in the Ashland house, no. Those of you who
No,
were
I
not,
wasn't.
which would be the Reverend and the Madam, it is possible. I will let you. We'll leave it up to fate again. As a matter of fact.
I wasn't staying in the Ashland house. I was okay. I guess I didn't specify.
The Reverend does have malleable visage, so he could just like change what he looks like, or he can even fleshcraft somebody else's face, and then we could go in without
You
problems.
sure could.
Yeah, and
who
I
wants
have.
to risk the damage?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he'd be able to do that once for 1 blood, but then after that, he's going to take some damage.
No, it's going to take
Maybe you
damage
can
to
just
a human.
Oh, just ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Can we do it the
maybe
same
you just
evening?
gather it for.
Would it not be possible to do the same evening?
This is just in general. We're wrapping up. We're just wrapping up.
All
It's not,
right.
I'm not
So
worried
I'm
about
gonna
that
risk
part.
the damage, and I'm gonna also use in the darkness of night go in and get her shit.
Who's?
I just want my crystal ball.
Okay, so we're going.
Everything else is replaceable.
Which is fine. So, but then Reverend, you're going to attempt to do it too.
Well, if it's going to do damage because he's so injured, he can't really risk that at this point. So,
which is fine. I'm just asking: Are you still going to attempt it without masking yourself?
No, he doesn't need anything else from the town.
Then Rachel's is just for you since you're going in.
Yeah.
Red is obviously for good luck. Black is for bad, and it didn't work out well.
No.
Of
course not.
So,
of course it didn't.
What ended up happening is before everything had happened in that 2-day time frame, it looks like the posse may have confiscated their things. Where that was confiscated to, you have no idea.
probably in the house we burned down.
But Rachel, you are able to get in and out of Ashland Mills without being detected, since you used the cover of night to do it.
Okay, cool.
So that means my crystal ball is in the wind somewhere. Could be interesting.
Somewhere.
To be found 100 years later.
In the ashes of that ranch.
Bum, bum, bum. So, what's going to happen from here? Since we are officially at the end. Actually, I'm going to draw one more card. I'm not going to tell you just what yet. Okay. And Brittany, Madame Seraphina lives to see another day. What do you foresee in Madame Seraphina's immediate future? Are you all going your separate ways or continuing as a gang?
Nope.
What does nope mean to?
She is going to be the faithful servant of Veridot, and in hopes of being turned.
So, are you going to get? But what I'm asking, are you staying together, or are you separating your ways?
I am going to stay around Ashland if they want to. Sorry, not Ashland Mills, but should go to a sort of a neighboring town.
Okay.
They go there too.
I still need to ask.
I
staying
think
together,
I would.
Or are you going your separate ways?
I would offer a role to any of these companions if they would like to get in on her career, that they could set up somewhere else.
Away
telling.
Yeah.
She could definitely use an assistant to help her with the details stuff.
Well, Adeline will suggest that maybe they head for Medford. It's not too far, but not close enough.
We could help each other,
Medford actually isn't there yet.
even
Medford
indirectly.
was in 1884.
Yeah, we're not in 1884 yet.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, we're
20 years from now.
1860 something.
Oh, okay.
We're in 1867.
So Salem?
Or Portland.
I'd probably go to Portland. Honestly.
Salem right
That
now
place
is the
is messed
capital.
up. Salem is the capital.
Yeah, Salem is the capital.
When was Portland founded?
Portland's
Let's
around.
see. Well, let's go to Portland then. 1851. Yep. Let's go to Portland.
So then,
Okay.
so back to my question: is everybody staying together, or are you going
Uh,
your separate ways?
The Reverend would suggest everyone stays together because clearly God has ordained that the way that, like, the fact that we all came together and then we managed to defeat all of them and we all survived something that should have been impossible, it makes the most sense that we stay together, even if we're with this Veridot being.
I would think mine would convert to Protestant since it seems like the Reverend's actually got a better connection to the Lord than she does, and they survived.
Okay. So it sounds like then
Okay.
everybody is going to stay together. I
Yeah.
didn't hear a yay, Abby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly. Okay.
I mean, don't make us twist your arm.
Right. No, and that's fine. Okay, so all of you continue on as a gang. Then what, Brittany? What do you see in Seraphina's immediate future? Like, what would she? Now, I mean, obviously, you don't have. This isn't a grand scheme sort of thing where you're involving everybody. You don't have to ask them. It's just, what is she focusing on? Like, is she trying to become a farmer? Is she trying to pick up the trade that she normally does? Is she trying to become a
Yeah.
gambler? Like,
No, same trade, but it always starts with the subtlety of trying to get to know the people in the town.
okay.
Know your clients.
Evelyn, I think I know, given your predilection, but I need to ask.
Well, remember she founded OSHA, and she
Yeah.
and she did the stunt double thingy.
Yeah,
Right,
there you
right.
go.
So, what is in Evelyn's immediate future?
Evelyn will temporarily go with the group to whatever, I guess, area we're not welcome in Ashland anymore. So, that's kind of hard to say. She will find some temporary jobs, I guess, as a nurse in some places. But
will
she
Portland see the
will.
Black Veil?
What?
Will Portland see the Black Veil?
Will Portland see the Black Veil? It depends on how long she's there. Do we know? I guess how much time has passed or will be passing?
Not as of yet. Just like in the immediate future.
Okay. So immediate future, they will not see the Black Veil right away.
Okay.
Until she understands basically the area and the doctors and the healthcare system there.
Smart. Okay.
To basically get a feel for the area and all that. After a while, they may see it pop up on occasion, but she will eventually return back to Veridot to continue her training intermittently.
Right.
At that point.
That'll work. Reverend.
So the Reverend, he will, the very first thing he tries to do is try to see if Buford has crossed over yet, and if he hasn't, he's gonna, pray over him and whatnot, and pray for those who died because of the Pinkertons and all that.
Right. Okay.
And then do his typical thing, first off, as far as being a reverend and spreading the good word.
And are you doing this as the Reverend, or are you attempting to be somebody else?
He would need to do this as someone else, so he would, even though it injure him, he'd like wait to heal some, and then he'd malleable visage himself to look like somebody else, and
Sure.
that's what he looks like from now on.
Okay, that'll work. So that's a good cover story. Adelaide.
She definitely would converted to a different religion. Um, she probably still would have followed. She would have followed with the Reverend and helping with the congregation. She probably would have asked when he's able to change her appearance as well, and she would have continued to seek out Veridat to learn more
Okay.
and hone in on her own disciplines. But yeah, she would just be the widow whatever.
Okay. And Betty.
I imagine Betty just being a hired gun. Like, just keep doing what she's good at.
Okay. So then that's just what you're going to do in your immediate futures. Bounty hunter,
Mm,
merc.
yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, mine's
Uh,
more of a caretaker.
So then let me ask, since the Reverend has the capability, is anybody going to take him up on looking different? It would be a permanent makeover.
Yeah.
But it would also mean that there is no way for the law to ever track you down again.
Yeah, if that's something that he could do.
I would say yes. I would.
Probably, yeah.
Fresh
Okay.
face for a new veil.
Okay. All right.
Sweet.
Great. So then obviously we can talk about this a little bit after game 2. So essentially here's what ends up happening in the years to come, obviously at this point. It's as all of you have stayed together for better or worse, and you kept within the confines of Portland initially. After sometime after the events of Ashland Mills, all of you would be recalled to the mountaintop, not the actual cave, but the mountaintop in which that where everything had initially taken place, where you had destroyed the item that had been limiting Veridat's power to the mountainside in this area, and you would all be given the opportunity to become full vampires. If you took it, that is up to you. If not, again, it is your choice. At that point, you would travel as a pack. I'll let you guys decide that later on. As you've all been given new faces, thanks to the Reverend, you never again have to worry about the law ever tracking you down, because you look completely different and no one can ever identify you. Although there are a couple close brushes, given the fact that some of you still maintain professions or sound similar to as you did before. But
There's a
again,
great variety in fortune telling industry.
exactly.
And this one don't have a crystal ball.
It's not like any of these individuals, it's not like any of the law would know, hey, they can change their face. That's not even a thing that they would anticipate.
Right.
But at some point around the 1900s, when everything occult and esoteric starts taking off, especially around Portland, Oregon, if you chose to take the embrace or not, that was up to you. But that is when you stop seeing Veridat Vatlas. And you do not see him again. However, if you took the gift of vampirism, obviously you became immortal and your lives are your own at that point.
Do we know what clan we are now?
I'll be getting with you that separately.
Cool.
And then on top of that, you would also, as time progressed, and your characters, of course, learned what was going on, you would learn more about a sect of vampires called the Sabbat, and learn of some of their ritualistic ways and their spiritual ways. The Reverend and Adelaide becoming fluent nautists.
Okay.
Following the path of Cain.
Wow. Okay.
Evelyn eventually also joining on a path to retain her own sanity, taking on the path of the night.
Nice.
And
Wow.
so
Honorable
as
accord.
as basically an evil predator. Betty also eventually taking a path for herself, that of honorable accord.
Yeah, makes sense.
As a dutiful member. Madame Seraphina actually retained her humanity, although at low levels. Despite the fact that she became Sabbat, she did so because she maintains human ties, and it was easier for her to feign her humanity. Eventually, at some point, however, the group would venture northward, and would eventually, and this is where this will stop, partook in a siege of Vancouver, and have not been heard from for quite some time. But rumor has it, the Rogue Valley villains are somewhere still out there, upset that somebody masquerading with their name was slaughtered in Ashland a number of years ago.
I thought that sounded familiar.
It should, because Rachel ate the ductus.
It eats.
Yep. That's where she got her point of Valerian.
The one and only point they've used once.
Right.
So useless.
So congratulations. All of you managed to, the last of you managed to make it out alive.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fact that Rachel had that stupid Thanatosis power.
Yep.
I love it.
So,
Turn into ash.
so she didn't even really need to run anywhere or jump out a
didn't.
window.
Right.
She
And
I
she didn't have
put
to
it for
fall
dramatic
on me.
effect because I needed to do something, and you were
she
there.
could have just
so.
stayed inside of it,
Right.
and she would have been just
You know
fine.
what?
Yeah.
It would have been very boring if I did that earlier on. So, I needed to run into someone to make it interesting.
Sure, no, that's fine.
And
I
then
was-
she ran, just
I
like,
was
okay, fine.
Pretty certain the fact that we were down other people, and I knew
I can't believe we all survived.
there wasn't many fighters left.
I was
that they were
100%
gonna-
prepared to die
So was I.
twice.
So,
I think I'm the only melee fighter that wasn't injured. So
I only got injured because I used my disciplines.
Yeah. Dang.
I would say the Reverend
got-
took the most damage.
I got shot full
Yeah.
of holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was almost as bad.
I didn't take as much damage, but yeah, I would definitely say the Reverend took
That's
the
cool.
most. And then Seraphine. Yep.
Well, I really hope, Jerome, that you tell me what my character turned into,
Oh, I will.
clan-wise and stuff, because
Yeah, I want to
I
know.
would love to find out.
It's cool.
Yep, I absolutely will. So
I'm pretty sure she's still Smitty, but
next game, our next game is tomorrow night. That is our Marvel Superheroes game, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm looking forward to more info dumps on that one, because I know there's some more stuff coming up. As I pointed out to Brittany at one point, she's like, "How difficult would it be to?" Oh, thanks for K9 Chronicles. Thanks for tuning in. She was like, "Well, how difficult would it be to make something to go back and forth in time?" Essentially, I'm paraphrasing.
No,
a little bit.
I said space travel.
There's space
versus,
travel. Yeah, that's right. There's
Versus
space travel. And I'm like,
interdimensional travel.
yeah,
Right.
and I was like, well, you've already got working devices for both, so it would actually be more difficult for you to cook lasagna.
Nice. Yes, space
Which should
lasagna.
also tell you about Carmen's cooking skills.
Yes.
She
She
got that
might
cake
be
down,
able
though.
to,
Another good
get a
point.
really crisp Stouffer's lasagna.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
She
go.
can make
So-
she can make
Homemade
cookies.
Stouffer's.
So our Marvel game
She
is
can
coming
make
up
cookies.
tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Please drop in and check us out there. Our next games coming up are next week, which will be Cyberpunk on Wednesday at 7
wait.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then next Thursday is our Street Fighter game, also produced by White Wolf back in the day, the redheaded stepchild of the storytelling games. And that'll also be at 7 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time. So thank you. Oh, and then Blood Ties
Saturday.
will be next Saturday at 11 a.m., which is our basically our it's not Law and Order, but it's a Special Victims Unit, essentially, for our regular Ashland by Night game. So hope you guys tune in. We're going to be starting some new stuff, wrapping up some other stuff. It should be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed Dark West. It was definitely a little bit different of a version of a game than I had before,
fun.
had originally
I
planned.
think the
so.
card thing was fun.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
cool.
Yeah. It was fun being a gunslinger.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. And I hope you guys have a good night. Good night, guys.
All right.
Night, guys.